Hello. Hi. I'm a bit early, but that's because Persona 1 music, the loops are like 20 seconds long. So don't blame me. Blame Persona 1 at one moment. Ever17. Last time we did the dating the fake lady route, which was very disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I was very underwhelmed by fake lady. But that's okay. Surely we can only go up. We've only got 2 ladies left to date. Because surely you can't date Coco. I hope. Unless there's like a secret lady. How much worse it would have been if we didn't insert this port. So true. I'm always saying this. The more I think of the terrible scene with Sugumi and Takeshi and the jellyfish, the more I hate it. So I've decided to stop thinking. Continue. Oh wait, no, we're not continuing. I forgot. No, don't load this data. Go back. Is there a into title? I can probably skip past the prologue. I don't need to do. Sure, she's not even there. She's not real. She shows up for 2 seconds. She's not gonna be in the prologue. Shortcut. May 1st, kids' perspective. Okay, take me to Mayo. Next thing I knew, I was on a bed. Huh? Oh, you's trying to give me pills? No. Don't want them. Don't like you. Although, I don't think I'm ever gonna finish the relic. It's not possible. Do you wanna hear it? No. I don't wanna know. Is that what you said? But you said I better not ask, right? What's wrong with being naive? Yeah, I was really rushing to try and get to the step where I could actually do it in Zadnor. But I kind of forgot about the Do Palace of the Dead or the Loop and Regine 5 times. Which is entirely too many times, if you ask me. I had a feeling I would have done it if it was possible. If they gave you a memory every single time. They're not memories, are they? It's something else this time. It's not Memory of the Dying. Every 10 Palace of the Dead floors, I would have done it. If I got a single one by doing my 20 floors, I would have been like, yeah, you know what? I'll just push through and do it. I got 0! And I did it by myself, so it took even longer than normal. I tried to queue up, and nobody was doing it. I can't believe no one's doing Palace of the Dead. Time Worn Artifact, that's the one. Which is very upsetting. But, I turned the game on right after I had eaten. I was like, I'm gonna unlock Zadnor so people won't have to wait. I mean, it's not like you would wait anyway, because it's not really going to be upset if everyone goes into Zadnor before me. I was like, yeah, I'll watch the cutscenes. I clicked on the quest guy, and he was like, go talk to another guy. It was not even a cutscene. And then I talked to the other guy, and it was like, Zadnor unlocked. Zero cutscenes. That's crazy. Maybe Zadnor is better. But I'm rank 18? So I have 8 cutscenes. cutscenes stored up to watch. Told you it was fast. I think you said the cutscenes were really fast, and there weren't any cutscenes, so I can't believe you would lie to me. Zadno starting at rank 16? Don't you unlock Delubrum at rank 10? Oh, am I going crazy? It was that Castrum at rank 10. That might be Castrum. Wait, no, wait, yeah, it is? Oh, okay, amazing. Thank you, Bastia. I said I didn't want to hear it. Might do the Delubrum runs eventually. Is anyone else actually doing the relic? I know you said Sarah can't be bothered, which is so valid. Is Liz doing it? Sarah Gaming, speak of the devil. Hey, bestie. I don't care, you. Oh, there she is. Don't ask you. No, no big deal. I feel like because Mayo likes you, maybe being mean to you would not give me Mayo points. Delubrum at rank 10, but we also added ranks 11 to 15 with that patch, so you can gain ranks by doing Delubrum. Who's gonna do Delubrum that many times? Like, just for fun. Like, it's not unfun. I wouldn't just want to, like, do it over and over again for no reason. Was that being talked about? Yeah, I was talking about the Shadowbringer's relic and how it's terrible and I might never finish it. John might be doing it. If John wants to do Delubrum 5 times, I'll do it with him. Sure. It must have just been my imagination. Forget about it. It is, I'm never doing it. So valid. Content, I would probably have done it once a week. Do you get anything for doing it once a week? Oh, well, did you? Back in the day. Gold coins, amazing. You shrug your shoulders in an exaggerated way. It seemed like Mayo was having a lot of trouble deciding how to react to Yu's behavior. Mayo would glance at me from time to time, but when our eyes met, she would look away. Oh! Skip until next choice. Did anyone suggest anything? I don't know, it doesn't seem like it. Let's try and look for other exits. I still need my 6 memories of the dying and then I'm on the Delubrum step. Yeah, we can all do 5 runs of Delubrum together. Just sit in the voice chat for a total of 50 minutes doing literally nothing. Because all the exits are so funny. I know, I'm not saying we should try to escape out of a window or anything. Nothing like that. This is the middle of the ocean, and there must be a duct for outside air, so... Yeah, that's what I mean. Huh? Why not? You want to do Delubrum Regine 5 times with us? No, no way. That's my reaction to saying that. Asking someone if they wanted to do Delubrum Regine 5 times. My shoulders slumped in disappointment. Sarah's face was also covered in dejection. Also, Yoshi, if you want to fight many robots to get the fragments, count me in. I don't think I will. Why not? Can't believe this. The Queen's Gunner piece is in the Well, not a piece. Just a queen's gunner at that point. I've decided. Oh, worry or don't worry? Worry. I'm not worried that much though, because I skip it. Prince! Probably do Castrum on one Crystal Tower run. Can't believe this. I like Prince.
絶対無理。ありえないな。賛成しかねます。だって似合わないもの。ああ、もうめんどいから。少年でいいよ、少年で。
Why are you so angry? I wondered why you're so angry, and I jumped directly to the point. I'm from being nice to Sugumi until I have to do the Sugumi route. I found them in the main story of Yakuza 7. I don't know how many chapters there are, but it looks like you're pretty far in from what I've been seeing on Twitter. I am livid. I got a game. Okay, so I tweeted about it, but I feel like I need to express it with my words. I got that one game over in Persona 3 against the Lovers boss because it charmed my entire party and then just kept using the AoE, and I didn't have Patra on my main character. It was terrible. But I died one time and I was like, oh, I haven't saved. Well, I mean, you can't save because there's two bosses in a row. Like, I didn't save. I'm gonna have to fight the other boss again. But then when I got the game over, it was like, oh, retry from battle or whatever. Like, oh, that's amazing. Well, in that case, I don't have to be so, like, obsessive with saving all the time. And then yesterday I was in Tartarus. I was like, this game's so easy. I've never ever been in danger of dying. Also, it doesn't matter because you could just restart, so I just didn't save for my entire Tartarus run. Except for one of the Tartarus bosses, I think I saved just out of habit. And then I got to a beetle and it used Rebellion. I was like, okay, I've killed this beetle before it did any attacks before, so I'm not afraid of this beetle. And I used Heat Wave and crit my entire party and I died. I lost at least 5 levels of progress because you can't retry from the battle if you die in Tartarus. It was very upsetting. Persona 3 moment. Anyway, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna use Matarunda with Akihiko. It costs too much SP. I only had like 40 left. It's like, it doesn't matter, nothing does any damage, and then I got crit and died. Anyway, I don't. The worst punishment would be forced to redo Tartarus floors. I don't mind it that much. Well, I don't really mind like doing Tartarus. I don't know how I feel about redoing it. I was trying to look for these silver quartz things so I could make Akihiko a goated weapon, and I found so many. And I don't know if I'm gonna find them all again on the way back up. Very upsetting. Anyway. Of this? Oh yeah, she's beating Crate. I don't know what you're talking about, bestie. I mean, I remember what you're talking about. Do you understand? Yes. I can't imagine that choice matters. Even that would be impossible. I think even that would be impossible. Agree with it. So basically, what you're trying to say is that we can't escape by swimming, right, Sora? I guess in the end, all we can do is wait for help to arrive. Oh, I cannot skip until next choice. Oh, probably can now. Yep. Oh, doesn't matter. Go to all of them anyway. No, I don't want to go to Quali. Oh, why didn't you listen to them? I died. Were those shadows in the red doors? they killed me in one hit. I could retry the fight though. I died to the beetle was in a red door and I couldn't retry. What the heck? Was it in like the big red door or just like the little ones? I don't know why it stopped me on that one. Oh, hi Mayo, bye Mayo. Hi Sora, bye Sora. Hi Takeshi, bye Takeshi. Oh hi Coco, oh, goodbye. Oh hello. The big red door? Yeah. Why is he saying different things? I don't want to listen to this again. Okay. I don't know what will give me the points. You? She loves you. I choose for you to act out you. Like 2 sets of stairs. Oh yeah. Okay. That's the big door. Yep. I like those fights. They're like actually kind of hard. Whereas everything else has been not very hard to me, in my opinion. Easy. I gave Akihiko these shoes that give him auto Tarakaja, and then his passive thing like boosts the effect of buffs. So he just does 1,000,000 damage all the time. I wish he had an AoE physical skill, but what can you do? It's Akihiko. They don't give him any nice things. The big door that makes all the rules so true. Kanto? You is that? I see. And then you appeared in her changed clothes. Do we not have anything to say about saying that she was in a motorcycle gang? Hey, you figured it out too? What did I figure out? Oh, don't explain it to me. I'll cry. I'm sick of being... Oh, I can't help you. Yeah, we'll wait here. I need to get the points. Kanto from Yakuza? Yeah! I don't like being a Taurus and those doors stop my progress because Fuka's like, maybe don't climb the stairs, go check the door. Yeah, I have 10 SP left. What are we talking about? There was juice in the kiosk? I think so. I don't think so. No problem. Oh, naturally I knows the hacker. I don't need to ask what a hacker is. We don't need to get 100% people explaining things to me. Oh. I don't get it. Don't give me you points. You put our fingers on Sarah's temples and massaged them teasingly. Didn't like that. No, I don't. So true, Mayo. Whack! Sarah lightly slapped you on the forehead. What the heck? I didn't think you would do this. Their exchange was enough to make us other two feel stupid. Enough of that, just tell me. Neither. So valid. One, I guess. Against 4 people, I wouldn't stand a chance. Huh? Yeah, I just didn't want to get you points. Hey, if anything I can give this game credit for is when the game is like, do you want me to explain this? You can just say no, and then they actually don't explain it. They don't just do it anyway. That's crazy. No, can I skip? I don't want to listen to Kick the Cat anymore. Go with Sarah and Sora. Amazing. Oh god, go again. All these places. Skip. What was that? I guess I just blanked it out of my memories. Hacking is a crime? Oh yeah, I know. Please don't explain it to me. Repairs with Sarah. Takeshi, I'll come along and help with the repairs. Don't care about her. You're tougher than the rest of us, she'll be fine. Besides, if something was wrong, she'd use Lemmy to contact us. Yes, he should be fine. Forget about you. It's fine, I promise. Promise? How could I promise that? But somehow I was sure of it. With one word, the tension seemed to leave Sarah. I'm dying. Gosh, he is goated! I think Koromaru is like kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Koromaru, Junpei, Aigis is gonna go insane. I'm not using any of those, but like hypothetically, if I was, the next thing I noticed, we were the only people left in the room. Sarah and I chased after everyone. We quickly climbed the stairs. We were told that it wasn't urgent, but we still couldn't afford to be careless. Oh wait, no, I can't skip this. This is a new... Oh. Tsugumi quietly shouldered the heavy toolbox, climbing higher and... Oh, why do we have to go with Tsugumi? Sarah and I followed her while Takeshi and Sora lagged behind. Hey, Tsugumi? Called out to Tsugumi up ahead. Tsugumi responded without looking back. Something that's been bugging me. Oh, to use Aigis, Korra, and Akihiko, but I also need Yukari. It's fine, you don't need Yukari. You can be the healer. Don't worry about it. Why were you eating a hot dog? Who's Aegis? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Do you not remember it? I still couldn't figure it out. Tsurumi's behavior was incomprehensible to me. And then I hit upon it. It's like she had been showing off. It's her real name. What she said was... That's it. I don't think it's wrong, but... Who cares about Takeshi? Sarah chimed in with a question of her own. I suppose you're right. We didn't know about them until right before either. After that, we fell into silence. It looked like Takeshi and Sora were having a low-key conversation behind us. Tsugumi started to speak suddenly. How romantic. For a second I didn't know what she was talking about. And I realized she meant the whole hot dog thing. Go away. Sugumi gave a rare laugh, but it was the kind of laugh that would raise the hair on the back of your neck. We raised? It's not even remotely what he said. We finally arrived at Zweiter Stock. Looking around the floor, everything seemed normal, but we could hear a faint hissing sound coming from somewhere. We walked toward the sound.
それにしても、昨日は何ともなかったのにな。急に異常が起きるなんて、どうしてだと思う？
そうですね。何もかも予想通りとはいかないものですが、みんなが飛び跳ねたからじゃないの？
は？
ほら、みんなで騒がしくしてたから、だからレミューが傾いちゃったのかな。なんちゃって。
Hilarious. Sugumi's flippant remark had frozen the air around us.
どうしたの？置いていくわよ。
She's Coco! She's doing a little joke. Sugumi walked briskly ahead. Hey, what's the matter with her?
私に聞かれたって。
ひょっとして頭でも打ったんじゃねえのか？
驚きましたね。
She's Coco. For a while, all we could do was stand around, not knowing what to say. We arrived in front of the room making the strange noise.
やっぱりこの音、倉庫の中から聞こえるな。
ちょっと倉庫内の状態をスキャンしてきますね。
Saying that, Sora disappeared.
開けたら蒸気が大爆発とかしないよな。
Sugumi fixed her eyes on the door.
そうね、平気なんじゃない？
わかるのか？もしかして。
適当に言ってみただけよ。
Sora appeared in front of the door.
確認しました。気圧正常、有毒ガスの発生なし。室内気温、湿度はともにわずか数ですが上昇中。パイプの一部が破損して少し水が漏れています。水深は深いところで。
Oh, can we kill Sugumi again, even on this route?
そんなことだろうと思ったわ。はい。なんでもないわ。それなら。
Should be no problem.
まあ、そうですね。
中に入ろう。修理すれば問題なくなるんだろ？
はい、お願いします。
Yeah, I tried to use Komaru. I used him for one Tartarus excursion. The dog noises drove me insane. I couldn't do it anymore. I love him with my entire heart. But if I have to listen to loud barking every single time I literally do anything, it's too much. I opened the door. I looked towards the wall that was making the hissing sound. There was a faint crack in the pressure regulating pipe, and water was dancing out of it in a fine mist.
本当に大丈夫なの？
多分。
平気よ。この程度ならすぐに直せるわ。
Sugumi opened up the toolbox and started spreading a few tools out in front of it.
どうすればいい？
Luckily, we haven't dropped any frames. I disconnected like 6 times in a row yesterday while I was trying to do fates. I was kind of afraid, but I guess it was just a one-time thing, or like a 6-time thing.
パイプが少し歪んでしまっているわ。金具を締め直すからパイプを持って支えてくれる？
This is the same dialogue?
こう言えば満足？
はあ？なんだそりゃ。わかったよ。もう聞かねえよ。
For once in a while, I felt that Sugumi's words seemed out of place. Stole a glance at Sugumi's expression as I handed over the pliers. Looks like we'll have one last Bozja. What do you mean? Who is it? Can't believe this. I have jury duty today. Oh no. Wild. Of course, the face didn't really tell me anything. Sora watched us for a while from the side. My dad's got jury duty in April, I think. Should lawyer out of it? I don't think you can really do that. From what I remember, it's been a long time. It's like you kind of have to do it. Unless, like... I don't remember. I think you can, like, defer it to a later time. I think you need to have a reason. It's been too long. Who knows? You gotta do it. Too bad. Honestly, jury duty Even if it's like a horrible, horrific thing that you have to witness, it might be better than doing boss shit. After a while, I had to come in the corner of the room sounded.
田中さんからです。どうやら警備室の方にいらっしゃるようです。先輩無事だったんだ。
That's a relief.
すいませんが皆さん、田中さんが私を呼んでいます。向こうに行かなくてはならないのですが。
Okay, bye.
ああ、行ってきてくれ。こっちはなんとかなりそうだ。
はい。では、あとはお願いしますね。
So I'd approached the intercom and disappeared as if it had sucked her in. I knew she could travel instantly, but still an odd sight.
少年、こっちの方はもういいから。
Oh no! Killer! Which way do you want me to turn the bestie? I moved over to the area by the pipes that she indicated.
そこの青いバルブを。
What? Oh, what was that? For a second I saw something.
そうしたら、次に赤いバルブを。
It's the morphogenic field! The intercom continued to ring, and the hissing sound of the steam persisted. The feeling I just had, it was like before. Tanaka? Oh no. I know, it was like when I was going to the conference room from the kiosk this morning.
少しそこで待ってて。うん。準備 OK。少年、今言った順番でバルブをお願い。ちょっと少年、聞いてるの
？Yeah, I got it. Sorry, the blue and then the red, right?
そうよ。緩めて、それから閉めるの。
I said to work on the blue valve in front of me. I was supposed to loosen it. And right then it happened again. Ooh, the inside of my head went all white. Felt like my consciousness was whisked off somewhere else. He shifted. What was that? An image flashed at the back of my mind, and it felt like my brain was being hammered by light. I'm gonna do it. It was stop, start, stop and start. Boxes falling and shattering to the floor. Massive amounts of water cascading down, and then... Whoa! I remembered losing all power to stand and crumpling right there on the spot. That was... Can't be! Takeshi shook my shoulders, bringing me back from wherever I'd been. Takeshi? Takeshi! Trouble!
Huh?
If we stay here, there's gonna be trouble. We have to escape now. I coughed the words out deliriously. He's gonna fall and water will flood in and someone will get really hurt. Right now, we have to escape. Felt like I was filling up with fear and panic. What the heck? My left cheek burned like it had been scalded. Pressing my hand on my hurting face, I stood up. The pounding of my heart finally got under control. I traumatized this poor child in a different timeline because I don't know how to turn pipes. Saying that, Sugumi pointed to a corner of the room. What? So valid.
なあ、それはちょっと言い過ぎだろ。少年は疲れてるだけなんだよ。
あなたは黙ってていい？こういう時にこの子みたいなのがいると迷惑なの。
Thanks.
きっと今につまらないミスを犯すに決まっているわ。
Yeah, unlike Takeshi, who would never.
あなただってこんな場所で事故なんて起こされたくないでしょ。
まあ、そうだけど。
ということだから、どいてちょうだい。ここは別の人に任せるわ。
Alright. I walked meekly to the corner. After that, the work went smoothly. Sarah's not even here! I mean, she is, but she hasn't said anything. And finally, we succeeded in getting everything back to normal. What I'd seen hadn't been real. Thankfully, my predictions had been off. With the repairs finished, everyone left the room and I was in the warehouse alone. I wondered what had been going on in my mind before. Well, everything had all turned out alright. It bothered me to no end. Yesterday in the generator room, and then that, I wondered what was wrong with me. I was still without my memory. I couldn't even find any of the pieces. But maybe... I thought that maybe the crazy flashes that kept occurring had something to do with my lost memory. Maybe I'm closer to getting my memory back? I floated around the warehouse thinking about it. Suddenly I noticed that there was another door deeper in the corner of the room. Appeared to be another room on the other side of the wall. The door was open as if inviting me in. This is a new room. It was a tiny, tiny room. Inside, the room was dimly lit. It smelled like damp and moldy. The lights were off. Is Coco in here? And closing the door made it even darker. Could just make out the interior of the room. The wall looked cold and sturdy. The room was covered with cables and pipes. I imagine the room was used for storing equipment used in the warehouse. The far wall had a small square window. My mind felt all foggy. Maybe I was just fatigued like Takeshi said. A lot happened over the last 3 days. I did a lot and thought about a lot of things. Why is there a window inside an underwater place that's 51 feet underwater? I don't think there's much light it's going to be getting in. I don't know what it is, but I feel so sluggish. I sat down in the corner of the room and hugged my knees. Looking up, I saw moonlight streaming in through the window. Okay. It was a warm, full light. I noticed that the walls of the room were made of concrete. It was like a prison. I sat with my back against the cold wall. I stared up at the full moon shining in from outside the window. Full moon! The Hanged Man is coming up in like 2 in-game days for me. The moon was far away. The broad night sky was contained in that little square space. The bluish shadows of the moonlight crawled slowly across the grey walls. I looked at the moon and its shadows, and I let out a sigh in the darkness. I didn't want to think about anything. I pretended not to notice the freezing coldness. The room had a very small bed. The sheets were pulled tight. There wasn't a single wrinkle or even a speck of dust. Next to the bed lay a chair with all the sharp edges rounded off. This is like definitely like a psychiatric prison hospital place. One of the chair's legs was bent off in an unnatural direction. The door was closed. It was a steel door with no knob. I felt eyes upon me from the corner of the ceiling. Sharp, intense pair of eyes piercing my body. I couldn't see the body belonging to the eyes, but a harsh laugh rang loudly in my ears. Next to the lens, a red light was on. The red light was shining as if it was cutting off the corner of the ceiling. Suddenly, I heard the sobbing voice of someone behind me. Coco! Someone was crying on the other side of the wall. Coco bestie? The small voice of a girl echoed in the darkness. And then I heard... Oh. Oh, oops. It was the gruff voice of a man ringing out. I suspected the girl had been hit. It sounded like she'd fallen on the hard concrete and was crying even harder. Does that sound like Coco? I don't know, she doesn't really say much. I covered my ears with my hands and shook my head. Oh. That was weird. Sure. The girl's cries of pain didn't stop. As if trying to escape, I crawled across the floor to the opposite corner of the room and curled up. The moon's light was bright. I covered myself with a blanket as if to hide and closed my eyes. Bestie! Just leave the room. It's an option. You're not trapped in here. The girl just cried and cried. Gong, 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 thud. I wondered what that sound could be. I don't want to think about it anymore. Even if I closed my eyes, even if I plugged my ears, the image of the girl struggling on the floor jumped back into my mind. The voice gradually got weaker and faded. Finally, it disappeared completely. In the silence, only a muffled sob echoed hollowly. The air in the room was so dank and stale that it felt heavy and strange on the skin. I heard a feeble voice. The sudden curses of the man drowned out the girl's voice. Evil Coco. Evil Coco. No, I didn't know.
嘘つけならどうして逃げた
I didn't run away.
いやお前は逃げた
What is
あの
happening?
子を置いて一人で逃げたんだ
Left that girl and ran away. No, I promised.
その約束は果たせなかったというよりも最初から果たすつもりなんかなかったんだ
Who is talking? Oh, no.
お前は自らの幸せを買ったんだあの子の体と
Why does it keep doing this? Game? I don't know, sometimes it just like says that it's not responding and then when it comes back it skips to the next text box. Did you remove disc 4? Maybe. But I can't put it back in. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
約束だよ。迎えに来るまでいい子にして待ってるから。いい子にして待ってるから。ずっと待ってるから。
No! I don't think that's Coco. Also, this is new music, I think. I shouted and grabbed the chair lying on the floor with both hands. I took the chair as if to scare away a ghost and pounded it on the wall. Wildly, I put all of my limited strength into it over and over. The chair bent awkwardly and scraped against the dented wall. Outside the window, the moonlight shined far away. Damn you! I took out the chair and threw it at the moon with all my strength. Crash. The moon scattered like fireworks, shattering to pieces. I'll kill you! Saying that, I threw my body into the steel door. The door wouldn't budge, but I didn't give up. I had to pulverize my body. If I had to pulverize my body, I was still gonna open that door. I held myself against the door again. Can we just open the door? The rage I felt made my blood boil and my body shake with fury. Something hot and sticky flowed from near my temple. Every time I crashed into the door, a shock of pain ran through my body. I thought that my shoulder might already be broken. A dull sound echoed in the darkness endlessly. You never guess the name of the song? What is it? Suddenly the door opened. White light poured into my eyes. Tears overflowed in my eyes and dripped down. Ugh. Hold on. My handy Google Translate will surely help. Does that mean third eye? I feel it. I'm feeling it before I type it in. No! Because I had Dritta from the Dritta stock, which is the third floor. At the end of the life, there's Sarah. So true, bestie. Thank you. Why? What did that have to do? Did I open my third eye and see like baby Sarah getting smacked? Was that what we were listening to? Through my blood vision, I could make out Sarah. Sarah stood surrounded by the bright light, her hands outstretched to me. Finally, my consciousness was sucked into the light. Powerless, I slumped to the floor, lying there. My body felt heavy like lead, like it was sinking to the floor. Anyway, oh, well, it's not really an anyway. I think this is a reasonable cut. The next thing I knew, I was on a bed. The ceiling was so white that it was slightly blinding. It smelled of disinfectant. Oh. Was it the infirmary? I was like, I've seen this before. A shadow passed above me on the bed. It was you. Deja vu. No, it was something I'd actually experienced before. Definitely seen this. I guess not. 2 days before, when I woke up on the first day, you was at my side. Where is Sarah? Deja you. Wow. I see you. I took both hands out from the blanket and stared dreamily at my palms. Countless wrinkles etched there, intertwining, reaching out like the branches of a tree in complicated patterns. The pinkish skin and buried deeper, the slightly blue veins, and 5 fingers. 5 on the left, 5 on the right, and 10 in total, the same as always. My lost finger still hadn't come back to me yet? What are you talking about? There's still the deep scar on my left thumb. Like always, I gently run my pinky over the scar. Like always? I see, maybe this is a habit of mine. Strangely, that fact had penetrated naturally into my mind, but I wondered when, where, and how I'd injured my thumb. Maybe the scar held some kind of clue to help me remember my past. As I traced the wound with my pinky, it caused a slight stinging pain that tickled a little bit. I was finally feeling completely calmed down.
何があったの？
Couldn't tell you. You poured me a cup of freshly brewed coffee, handed it to me, and sat down next to my bed. I took the coffee. After a sip, I started to explain.
なるほど。じゃあ、あの小部屋の作りと、かつて少年がいた場所の作りとは、何らかの共通点があるってことね。
Probably.
話を聞いた限りでは、それってどこかの病室みたいだよね。
On to water we go, I suppose. Sick room.
君、昔入院したことがあるんじゃないの？
I think it goes a bit further than just being hospitalized.
こんなことを言ったら失礼かもしれないけど、少年は前にも今と同じようなことを。
Same what?
つまり記憶喪失や突然暴れ出したりといった発作を何度か繰り返してきたんじゃないかな。だから小さな窓が一つしかついていないような病室に監禁されてしまった。
It's not like a bad guess. You touched on the harsh reality of the situation, yet chose the words with care.
もちろんそれが真実だと決まったわけ
Just
じゃ
one
ないよ。
possibility.
ただ単に白チュームの中をさまよってただけ。そんな可能性もなきにしもあらずだから。
I was dreaming.
それも起きながら
While you were awake then. Finally, you gave me an easy to understand explanation about the connectedness of memories and dreams. Oh, thank God. According to you, dreams and memory were clearly deeply related, but not everything seen in a dream was something experienced in reality. I'm definitely not. In other words, something has set off my hallucination, but that alone didn't mean that I'd really been held in a sick room. Dreams could often appear as symbols of something else. So what I had seen earlier might have been caused by my repressed memories. In any case, there was no way to be sure of anything. I still hadn't got my memory back. Felt like the experience in a sick room or somewhere like that one was as unreal as a strange small animal that might appear in a dream. Maybe it was just a dream. At some point I had become sure of it. Felt sure that it was just my mind playing a nasty trick on me. You stood from beside the
さて
bed.
とりあえずもう一度行って確かめてみようか。
Go check what?
その小部屋へ事実関係を確かめ
No,
に。
I'm not on the you route. This isn't your route. You held out your hands
も
to
しかし
me.
たら何か記憶を取り戻すためのきっかけとなるようなものが見つかるかもしれないし。
You just talked about memories and dreams in Yakuza 7? Oh, so true. This game's basically Yakuza 7. Pretty much. I thought that was unlikely. I know that was just my mind playing tricks on me. I was convinced that there was no connection between that room and my memory. You man. Even so, I had agreed to go. I had to agree to go. If she was willing to take me, I couldn't turn her down. I took Yu's hands and got up from the bed. It only made sense, but her hands felt a lot different from Sarah's. A weird thing to say. Inside the little room was in shambles. Oh, that's not a window. I was amazed that I could have made that much of a mess. That's how terrible it was. I didn't think that even if you compressed all the world's poltergeists into that itty-bitty space that they could have done much more. All I could do was stand there, with my jaw on the floor, as you said.
君がやったんだよ。
She was saying it as if to make sure.
で、なんだっけ。
Huh?
確かまずこの部屋に入って少年は床に座ったんだよね。
Yeah,
どの辺？
about here I think. Point to the area around you.
ドアは
The door?
ドアは閉めたんですかって聞いてるの。
I shut it, I think. After the door shut, I wanted to escape and started throwing myself against the door. I closed the door as I answered. Just like before, the room was thrown into darkness. The only source of light was the moonlight pouring through the little window. That's not what it looked like before. What?
ち
Moonlight?
ょっとこれじゃ何にも見えないじゃない。
You grasped around in the darkness with your hands. I could see everything perfectly.
電気はスイッチはどこ？
You walked along the wall looking for the switch, sometimes tripping on plastic boxes scattered on the floor. Yu's body gave off a faint light. Every time she took a step, a faint street-like image followed her. It was like the flame of a candle flickering in a thick mist. Doesn't look anything like that. Light shone down from the ceiling.
今時こんな石器時代のインターフェースを使ってるとはね。
I don't know what that means. I haven't decided yet. You muttered that as she stared at the light
こうい
switch.
うお客様に見えないところにこそお金って使うべきなんじゃないの？
I can't believe they're doing that either, you. So
こ
true.
んなところで手を抜いてるからきっと事故だって。まあ、そんなことはどうでもいいや。
You whipped around. Then scouring the room, she said, "So
と
you."
ころで、窓はどこ？
Wasn't a single window in the whole room. Thinking about it, it made sense. No one would fork over the cash for a little window with special pressure-resistant gas in a little storage room stuck on the side of a warehouse. I looked around for the moonlight that had been there until a second ago. There was no moon. Ooh, no moon. I wondered if it was because I'd shattered it, but that wasn't it. What I mistaken for a window was just a little square hole.
これが
That's right.
窓？
It's the square hole. Is that the window?
これが窓に見えたっていうの？
You followed my eyes and then went and stood in front of the square hole. I went over beside her and looked up at the hole. The hole was bordered by a steel frame, about the size of a coin locker, about 50 centimeters on each side. There was a door on the hole. I might have broken it, but the door was bent completely and hung loose at a hinge on the side of the hole. Not a coin locker? The hole was more than an empty space. A bunch of coloured wiring, something like an integrated circuit board, some kind of plug, and something like a small lever were packed into it. What is this? I had no idea what it was.
インバータユニットかなんかだと思うけど。
Inverter unit.
発電室から送られてくる AC の電気を DC に変換し、その電流をこの格納庫で使われる電気
What's
の
wrong with the
自宅にある
coin
周波数
locker?
に変換する装置、またはその制御部分、保護部分を指す。
Don't worry about it. I see. Everything she was saying was like gibberish to me, but I nodded.
正確に言うと、だったかな。イ
Huh?
ンバータユニットだった。もう壊れちゃってるみたいだから、これ誰がやったのか知らないけどね。
You mean you have no idea who broke it? You said it straight-faced and without looking at me. Reached out to touch the inverter unit thing. It was a little bit warm. Or maybe I had it backwards. Maybe I knew that it was warm before I touched it. So I wanted to make sure by touching it. What are you talking about? In the end, we really didn't learn anything. No, but it did seem like something was trying to move. At least to me. Felt like someone inside me was tossing and turning in his sleep. Anyway, we finally gathered again in the conference room. Even though I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone, they acted as if nothing had happened. Yep, that sounds about right for this game. We were killing time. We still couldn't think of any way to escape. Still, we didn't want to feel like we were completely wasting our time. So we all decided to wander around Limu one more time. As we made the rounds, Takeshi said, "What do you think the record is for running from one end of Limu to the other? I think we should try and give the tuna sandwiches a completely new flavor." Oh, shut up about tuna sandwich. How long did it take? 57 minutes for the first tuna sandwich mention. He made a number of stupid comments. Oh well, we didn't get very much. Of course, it was kind of an indirect thank you. What's an indirect thank you? I tried to help you repair the. What do you mean? Am I on the U route? Oh, who knows? We'll save with Sarah to make it seem like it's not the U route. It's gonna have to be twice to worry about my lost memory. Hell, I've done everything that you would hate. You plopped down on the floor with the tools and the parts, spreading out the repair manual. Of course, the repairs were Yu's job. I was just there to help. Did we do this? Yes. Oh, so true. They hate each other. It was just like. Oh. It's drittes Auge. Oh, hold on.
Drittes Auge.
Oh, I wasn't far off. You! A hot surge of hate raced through me. True, this is how I feel when I look at Sugumi. The voice looked like Sugumi was saying it. I think that was what the point. Oh, unless you meant this voice.
Drittes Auge.
Who the hell do you think you are? You good for nothing. I screamed and grabbed Sugumi by the collar. You grabbed me from behind and pulled me away from Sugumi. Let go! Let go! I said let go of me! I continued to struggle violently. Kill her! This is finally the route I've been looking for. It was like a desperate beast devoid of all reason. With my fangs bared and a thirst for blood. What was left of my mind had ceased to be me. I walked around Limu. After what happened, I didn't want to be around you or Takeshi, but I don't mind anyone else. But I was too worked up to just stick around in one place. I thought I'd pick the place they were least likely to come and wander around it. I wonder what that fit of rage had been about. Why had I gotten so mad? Why? Suddenly had stared coldly down at Sarah. I don't know where you'd be around Takeshi. That's fair. Sarah desperately battled to stand her ground. What were the emotions that had welled up within me in that instant? Felt like I was on the verge of figuring it out. Like my lost memory had been concealed by a thick fog. Then it was right in front of me. Right there, covered by a thin sheet. First we got the fog and now we got... No, first we had the full moon and now we've got fog. What's next? I'm gonna find a calling card. No matter how thin it was, I still couldn't remove it. The more I thought about it, the further away into the fog my memory seemed to recede. I wondered what I could have had in my past. Any rumors? I continued to wander around Limu without understanding anything. Suddenly I felt like I heard someone's voice in a room, so I entered it. I don't remember what happens in Persona 1, I'm not gonna lie. Butterflies? Suddenly I felt like I heard someone's voice in a room, so I entered it. This whale's like kind of just like a big butterfly if you think about it. Sprawling night sky were a number of orb-shaped planets. And in between the planets there floated a huge soft-looking whale. I know next to nothing about Persona 1. I watched Paul play it. But I don't remember. I just remember the music because it's pretty good. Even though the loops are very short. It was the Cosmic Whale Room. Of course, the whale and the starry sky were the merely theme park attractions. I thought that wide open space and the attractions would help to ease my ragged nerves. I remember Nyaoya's Shadow Gaming. I don't remember that, I'm not gonna lie. I remember that the well, I wouldn't want to spoil Persona 1. So I will not say what I was gonna say. Surely many people that are gonna play Persona 1 any minute are in the chat. No, it was fake. The expansive space eased my tense mind and nerves, frazzled from being cooped up for so long. I still had no memory. I realized again just how stressed the situation had made me without even noticing. Play it immediately. I knew it! for a while. Oh, speaking of things I need to play immediately, I think Unicorn game came out today. How much is it? Probably gonna be $1 million. Oh wait, it's not on Steam, I can't check. Well, I guess I could just Google it. Unicorn Overlord. $54.99. Oh, relax looking at the scenery. What? Something moved slightly on top of the whale. That's new. I squinted, peering at it. Sarah? What are you doing on the whale, bestie? I glanced quickly at the planet next to the whale and headed for the stairs leading to it. She wanted it in C6 Ito. Hey! I walked out to the edge of the whale's nose and sat down next to Sarah. I thought that normally whales and dolphins had their blowholes or nostrils near the middle of their head, so it probably wasn't accurate to say its nose. What are you talking about? Amazing. Maybe you should spend your life savings on Unicorn game? I will. Time to fly to the moon, got Kilzimus. True. We haven't played in a while. Looked over. Is this Sarah's theme? Is she the whale? I knew it. We looked at the countless stars sparkling overhead. We should again soon? Yeah, just to ask Dusk and then he'll ping everyone for us. Is it cheaper than Pete's VR DLC? I heard on the grapevine that it's not gonna be that expensive for the expansion. I don't understand. Maybe I didn't read, but it's like it said it was the expansion. You buy the expansion pass, and the first thing in it is the answer, right? So what's the rest? What will the rest of it be? Because they've said that it's not gonna be FMC because it was too much development time, I guess. Sure. Like, what else would they put? Is the rest of it just like outfits? Like, it's I don't understand. Look how the stars sparkling overhead. It seemed as if we could reach the stars in the sky. If I actually stood up, I could have probably actually touched a star. The answer to amazing. There'll be outfits. I don't even know what else they would put in. Maybe like soundtracks from the other games. They do that sometimes. The response. Because it was all facade of fake stars projected onto the ceiling. Speaking of fake, Sora was too. I don't know what kind of cutting edge technology they used, but the skin on the whale felt like it could have been real. Then again, I didn't suppose I ever actually touched a real whale. What, did you think it was a real whale before? Maybe I was just working from some image I had of what whale skin would feel like. Also, how did they get on top of this whale? Just a thought. Not having a memory was mysterious in a way. That's true. Normal and abnormal, common sense and nonsense were all dictated by memory. Didn't they say there were stairs? Did they? Oh, I forgot. SNCR suddenly appeared right in front of me. I couldn't see them on the screen thingy. And he said, "I'm your father." Then, well, I probably wouldn't believe him. Because in our life, I'd never met a cross between a sea otter and a person. But with no memory, there was no way for me to know for sure if I had ever met a sea otter person. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, it did say that. So true. Thinking of it that way, it was amazing to me that I could be so logical. I imagined that my memories were stored away in a drawer in my brain somewhere. And I was adding to the drawers even then. It doesn't seem very safe, though. That's like an amusement park attraction. What if you fell off? You fell off the whale and died? I was adding to the drawers even then. However, the number of drawers that I could open was limited. I had no idea where the drawers from before May the 1st were packed away. Still, someone opening my drawers. Don't like that sentence. And he or she was judging whether what was happening was normal, abnormal, common sense, or nonsense. Rather, that entity was telling me, that's me, that's me. I was safe without a key. The treasure in the safe didn't belong to me. It's question mark. Incidentally, it wasn't just the texture of the whale skin that made it seem so lifelike. The whale was alive. At least it seemed that way to me. A whale swimming in the starry sky. Its back surging like a wave, it undulated again and again. Its soft mouth opened, closed, and even puffed up from time to time. About every 3 minutes, it blew a warm breath through its blowhole. Seawater mist spray would scatter around the area. Sitting at the top of its nose, Sarah and I bobbed up and down in time with its movements. However, the whale undulated so slowly that we could let go with our hands and feel safe. It's like a cradle rocking us back and forth. On the back of the whale, we sailed through the cosmos. We're on our way to planet Kui Kui. Sarah slowly took something out of her pocket and showed it to me. It was an old-fashioned oil lighter? Bestie, why do you have this? Also, why is that thing glowing? Oh, the blowhole? I love Toho 11. Me too. That's what I was thinking. She lit it. The flickering flame made Sarah's face look red. I wondered why she was carrying around a lighter. I couldn't picture her as the type that would smoke. I thought I might ask her, but as I did, Sarah opened her other hand. It was the pendant from before. A thin chain was wrapped around her index finger. The pendant swayed in her hand. Sarah brought the flame closer to the pendant and stared at it dreamily. Her expression relaxed. It's as if Sarah was mesmerized by something. Bessie, none of you have said a word in like the past 5 minutes. A mirror was embedded in the pendant. The flame of the lighter reflected brightly in the mirror. I wondered if Sarah was staring at her reflection and admiring herself. Yeah, she's just really vain. I laughed without thinking.
何がおかしいの?
I mean, looks like you're sitting there grinning at yourself.
違うよ.
I guess you've got a bit of a narcissistic
だ
side.
から違うって.
With that, Sarah snapped the lighter shut. At that moment, I noticed something odd. It looked like the flame of the lighter in the mirror split into 2 images. I thought that maybe there was a crack in the mirror. Hey, can I see that pendant for a second?
いいけど、落とさないでよ.
The whale's body continued to move up and down. I figured that was what Sarah meant. I won't. Saying that, I took the pendant from Sarah. I wrapped the chain around my finger and brought it close to my face. Why are you staring at yourself? You're so narcissistic. As I had suspected, the mirror was cracked. It wasn't just broken, a piece of it was missing. Touch the area that was missing. I thought it had probably broken from the shock of Tsukumi dropping it. The missing fragment might still be lying about in that room. Feeling the sharp contours of where the missing piece belonged made me sad. I took my fingers from the mirror and held my palm out towards Sarah. Without saying anything, Sarah plunked the lighter down in the palm of my hand. Shik. It sparked and lit. Whoa! Takeshi! Oh! I'd spoken without thinking. A 3-dimensional image appeared dimly in the mirror. Just imagine what would happen if the whole thing was there. It's an ugly guy in it. So this is a hologram pendant?
そうだけど.
The mirror showed a person. It was basically a headshot. From the shoulders on top, on up, the head and facial expression were extremely clear. I imagined it was made using a holo machine. Holo machines were the machines that would burn a hologram into pendants, keychains, or other object that a person wanted. On Limu, there were even a number of those machines. Thank you. I remembered that much. It was the same as before. If there was something to trigger my memory, I could recall some things. I thought that if I could remember those kinds of things, why not? It's just like Amnesia, not the horror game. We're even dating people. So true. Amnesia, but if you were a man and also It's weird. I shoved that thought aside and focused on the image in the pendant. Since it was a hologram, it also had depth. Changing the angle of the mirror changed the angle of his face. It was the image of a man. A man I didn't know. I suspected it was the image that closed away in one of those inaccessible drawers of my memory. I had no memory of the face. Who is this? Huh? Is he your boyfriend? Sarah remained quiet. Her expression was frozen solid. It's your boyfriend, isn't it? I asked her again. But there was not even a glimmer of hidden romance on her face. Any girl looking at her boyfriend's picture would probably show a smile. Especially stuck in the middle of the ocean, that's true. I hate it when I'm stuck in the middle of the ocean. Hey, he looks pretty cool. I said it in he looks pretty cool. I said it in a teasing way. Actually, he was so good looking that it was enough to make you sick. Oh, sorry, Sarah. I guess you have horrible taste. The kid said he was really good looking. I thought she might chirp out, "Oh, honey, I hope you're well. I miss you." But there was one thing that bothered me. His image was all in one color. I do. But there was a kind of retro trend going on. Some people did go for the sepia or monochrome holograms. They didn't really seem all that outlandish. So, how long have you been dating? I put out the lighter, set it on the pendant, and held it out to Sarah. She didn't take them. She was still frozen stiff, like she was forgetting to breathe. Hey, Sarah? Sarah? Hello? Sarah! I grasped the pendant that she hadn't taken and shook Sarah's shoulders. Say that 3 times fast. Sarah didn't even blink, and then... Whoosh? The whale exhaled. Sarah leaped up and smashed into me, leveling me with a powerful tackle. It might have just been that she was so surprised she wanted something to grab onto. Still, her full weight came barreling into me. With that, I went down and she crumpled with me. We slid down and off the whale's smooth skin. The stars appeared to gain distance. Well, what they said about space being weightless, well, that seemed to be a lie. Where are the stairs? You lied to me. Before I had time to think anything else, my body made contact with the hard floor. Fine mist descended onto my skyward face. What does that mean? Sarah was on top of me, unmoving. I could hear her breathing near my ear. Space whale? Yeah. Usually, we don't see it for very long, but we've got an extended space whale experience this time. So hello! Sarah continued talking as she lifted up her face and peered into my own. 17 games are as confusing as ever. No, it's fine. It's just like a space whale. What's confusing about that? Amazing. I don't know what that was. I'm not... I don't know who it was. Why did she give us the pendant and the lighter if she didn't want us to see it? Who knows? I ended up failing to give the pendant back. Oh well, that's nice. I thought I'd look for the missing piece of the hologram and had an idea of why it might be. It was the site of Sugumi and Sarah's fight the day before. The fragment should have been around that room somewhere. I went to find the piece and put it back in the pendant. But if I could do it, Sarah would jump with joy. I imagined her happy face. I crawled around on my knees, searching the room from corner to corner. No, bestie, all you need to do that is make Majima Gaiden. What's that strange? I was surprised I look up and there was Takeshi. Yeah, actually. I explained this situation and showed Takeshi the broken pendant. Yep. Don't mind, could you help me look? You don't sound like it sounds like a plan. What is it? What? What? Where? It's right here. I peered into the mirror. What? He's gone. Takeshi looked at me skeptically. But it was here yesterday. I swear. Oh, I wonder why. サラの彼氏がどんな男だろうと俺には興味なんかないし。いや、訂正。What? Why?
少しは興味があったりなんかしたりもするのだけれ
Stop
ど
being
もな。
weird.
いずれにせよペンダントが欠けてしまったことに変わりはないわけだし、そしてそのペンダントがサラの大事にしているものであることも事実であるし、よって俺はお前に協力して
Would
かけらを
help
探
you
してや
look
る
for
こ
the
とにする。
broken piece. Thanks.
負けるなよ少年。
Huh? Because you thumped my back and set about crawling on the floor to search.
謝礼はいくらぐらいもらえるのかな。
Isn't it glass? Maybe don't crawl on the floor where there's broken glass. Reward?
俺がかけらを見つけた場合の謝礼だよ。
What? Are you gonna blackmail Sarah?
なんでだよ。払うのはサラじゃなくてお前だろうが。
Give you a tuna sandwich. You like those? Why?
このくなしらばっくれてもダメだぞい。
What?
全部お前の手柄にするつもりなんだろ。
Takeshi wriggled towards me like a snake. Okay, he stopped in front
俺
of
が見
me.
つけても自分が見つけたことにするんだべ。
I wouldn't.
やいサラ。
That's not what he said.
なんでございますの少年さん。これを受け取れこんちき証明。まあこれは私が昨日お貸ししたペンダントでございますわ。あら
Oh joy, it is fixed.
Now,
Oh
tell
happy
them
day. Word part of playing as kid is that I got to hear Takeshi talking. That's also so
おう
valid.
当たり前よ。てめえのために一生懸命探してやったんだ。少年さん、お一人でお探しになってくださったの
Why
で
you
ご
gotta
ざ
be
いますの。
weird? You must be friends with the persona guy.
しゃあなくせ何言いやがる。俺一人で探したに決まってるな。
Think men and women can't be friends.
まあ素敵。少年さん、ありがとうでございますわ。とまあこういう展開に持っていこうとしているわけだ。かーん、このまさかきが。
Whatever. Anyway, that wasn't a very good impersonation of me or
い
Sarah.
ちいち細かいこと気にすんなって。俺はお前のことを応援してやってんだぞ。
I told you it isn't like that.
いいっていいって。俺何気にそういうの好きだからさ。
What do you mean by this?
なんつうのかな。いわば愛のキューピッド役。
What? I don't want Takeshi being my matchmaker. Cupid doesn't ask for money.
確かに。
I think I'd be doomed
じ
forever.
ゃあ後で俺の手伝いをするっていうのはどうだ。
What? Who do you want to be matchmaking with? Help?
発電機の調子が悪いみたいな
Oh,
んだ。
okay. With the generator.
まあ大したことはないんだけど、一応メンテナンスしとかなくちゃいけないから。で、空に命令されたから。
Are you sure you want us to do this? Last time we tried to fix something, we kind of had an existential crisis. You took you up with your robot soulmate. No. In that case, I'd do it even if I didn't owe you anything. My last robot soulmate was very disappointing.
お、サンキューな。
We were very upset about it. In the end, we didn't find the missing piece. Takeshi and I were just standing around covered in dust. The door opened and Sarah came in.
いたいたペンダント。確か少年に預けっぱなしだったよね。
Oh yeah, all I could do was hand her back the fractured pendant. Only then, like Sarah was seeing us for the first time, did she notice that we were filthy.
ところでこんなとこで何やってんの？
I couldn't think of anything to say. Takeshi and I exchanged glances.
実はかけらを探してたんだ。
かけら？何それ？
Peace? What's that?
そのペンダントの欠けた部分だよ。直してやろうと思ってさ。
そんなこと別にいいのに。
Sarah looked kind of embarrassed. What? What happened? All of a sudden, Takeshi made it look like it was all his bright idea. I thought he was gonna let me take the credit.
それにこんなとこじゃかけらは絶対見つからないと思うよ。
Why not?
だってこのペンダント最初から欠けてたんだもん。
最初から
うん物心ついた時からなぜかこのペンダントを持ってて、この部分が割れたのはもうずっと昔のことなの。
Oh well, that beams.
見つからないわけだ。はあ
Takeshi's sigh echoed throughout the infirmary. After lunch, Takeshi gave me more information about the generator problem. Said the part we'd repaired before was malfunctioning and the machine wasn't stable. Then she told me to meet him to fix it, and he said he had to do something and took off. Didn't have anything to do until our meeting time, so I walked the corridors alone. Suddenly I noticed a faint voice. Oh, that's it. We're gonna be kicking off. Sounded like a song, or maybe not. Wondered who it could be. Then toward the direction of the voice, no one was there and the voice had stopped. But I was sure that the voice had come from around here. I thought that maybe. Hey bestie. I peeked into the compression chamber from the shadows and saw Sarah. Sarah was sitting in front of the thick window and staring at her pendant. I thought I might call out to her. She seemed to be focused on something. Looked like she was trying to recite a song. Back up. No! What do you mean not responding? You ruined it. Stop! No! Why is your game broken? I don't know. Why is that happening? It's okay. We can fix it. Oh. I have to wait for her to sing the whole song first, though. She finished singing. Can someone else sing this? Was it Coco when she was actually Sarah? What a banger. Amazing. She finished singing. A tear streaked down Sarah's face. My queen is such a good singer. You're such a good singer. Didn't seem like a good time to call out to it, so I went to leave. Then in front of my eyes, another scene fused together with what I was witnessing. A girl was sitting on the bed crying in the same way. She was stifling her sobs to keep others from worrying. But who? Who was she? What could it all mean? What's the matter with me? With her voice, the image instantly vanished. Still confused by what I had just seen, I answered. It's me, Sarah. Sorry, I wanted to say something, but it just didn't seem right. Why is this happy music playing? She's crying. Sarah wiped away her tears as if hiding them. She seemed her upbeat self again. I faced her and sat down. That song, you sang it before. In front of the generator room, I think. Oh. No, it's not. I thought it was somewhere else. Sarah laughed as she said that. Is that song a lullaby or something? No, it's no what is it? The funny song from Remember 11. Why can't I remember what the song is called? I see, look. Oh, Kagome, so true, so true, so true. I shook my head. I didn't recall hearing it before. I pretended to think about it. Even if I did think on it, I didn't imagine I'd remember it. Sarah said it sadly and glanced down at the pendant hanging from the middle finger of her left hand. There's something I wanted to ask you. I told her about how the image of the man in the hologram pendant had disappeared. I'm sure the image was there yesterday.
ああ、それはここが室内だからだよ。
What? What do you mean? Yesterday when we looked at it, we were in Limu.
違うよ。あそこは室内じゃないんだもん。
What?
あそこは宇宙空間でしょ
What do you mean it's part of space?
というのは冗談で、
Oh, it's
種明
hilarious.
かしをするとこういうこと。
With that, Sarah took the lighter from her pocket. She put the lighter's flame close to the pendant. Oh. The man in the hologram floated there, the same as the day before. The image wasn't as clear as before. I thought that it was probably the bad light. The room with the whale was mostly dark. I figured that was why he wasn't as clear. So you have to hold the lighter flame next to it to see it? I asked.
うん。ライターの炎か太陽の光か。
Sunlight.
そう。どういう仕組みになってるのかは知らないけど、蛍光灯の光じゃ見えないんだ。不思議だよね。
Okay. If you say so, bestie. That was when I understood why Sarah always carried the lighter. It was to look at the hologram. Sarah lit the flame, and she put it out again. Lit it and put it out, lit it and put it out. She stared absently at the image of the man appearing and disappearing.
私、両親がいないの。
It's not funny. It's not. Both of my parents are gone. Sarah said that out of the blue. She sure did.
私が小さい頃亡くなったんだって。物心ついた時にはも
Feel
う
free
パ
to
パも
sing
ママ
along.
も
But where are we?
「眠りたも母に抱かれて」
It's a bit off. None of these people know my parents are gone. Sarah was an undesirable child.
それが当たり前のことなんだと思ってた。しばらくの間は。
Really? I didn't know how to answer. I couldn't think of a decent
こ
reply.
のペンダントが
I can't even look up the lyrics just in case it's like a big spoiler. Like, actually, these lyrics refer to how she's a ghost, and her and Coco are like quantum fused together and were separated at birth. Pendant is the only keepsake I have, so that man is.
多分パパだと思う。
I think it's probably my
わ
father.
からないけど、私はそう思ってるの。
For a long silence, I said, "It's the same for me."
え？
I've forgotten everything, so I don't remember anything about my mom or dad. Wow, they've got so much in common. If I bumped into them on the street, I would never know it. Even if I get out of here in one piece. I don't have anywhere to call home, so I'm in the same situation. The song is called Demon das Mir. Is it a real song, or did the game make it up? It's the same as not having any parents. They made it up. Oh, so true. Well, I should get going.
Huh?
I got to help Takeshi. The generator needs some fixing. I stood up. As I was about to leave, I thought of something. Hey, would you mind lending me that lighter and pendant again? Ouch, Takeshi, that hurts.
これぐらい我慢しろよ。男の子だろ。
No, I'm not. I'm like 12. Takeshi grinned sadistically as he patted my right arm, which was supported by a cast. What? The cast was made of specially formulated plastic? Wait, didn't this happen in the other route?
よし、これで終わりだ。
We're just like, yeah, we got a cast now. That part didn't matter. Thanks,
骨折
Takeshi.
の影響で熱が出るかもしれないぜ。まあ薬は打っといたけどな。どっちにしろ薬の影響で眠くなるだろうし、まあしばらくおとなしくしとけや。
Alright.
じゃあ俺はもう行くからな。
Hold on a second.
あ、なんだ
Something I want you to
なんだ
see.
よ。
This. I held up Sarah's pendant to Takeshi.
なんだまたこれかよ。
Yeah, I want you to look at it again.
めんどくせえな。
Even so, Takeshi took the pendant as he said that. That time, I thought I'd be able to see it as well. I was gonna tell him it was a picture of Sarah's boyfriend. That is very weird. Why would you do this? At one point in Remember 11, when Satoru figures out that he's not on Mount Akakore, he knows it because of the moon and the sea, by the way. Thanks. Amazing.
うん。
Takeshi scrutinized the pendant. He turned it over and then sideways and then...
なんだやっぱり何にも見えないじゃないか。
Huh? There has to be... Oh! I forgot. I took the lighter out, lit it, and held it up to the pendant. Shine the light on the pendant? How's that?
お前からかってんのか？
Huh?
なんでライターごときで見えるようになんだよ。
Because that's how you see it.
はあ？
Look hard, there should be a man's face there.
ああ、本当だ本当だ。
It would be like it's my face because I'm looking
あ
in
よ
the
く見り
mirror.
ゃかっこいい男の顔が。
Shut up, Takeshi. See, that's Sarah's boyfriend. Oh, 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 oh.
ほほう、そいつはめでてえや。
Why are you excited about it?
俺はいつからサラと付き合うようになったんだ？
No, no.
それともこれは未来を映す不思議な鏡か？
Huh? What are you talking about?
この鏡には俺以外の男の顔は映ってないよ。イコール俺がサラの彼氏ってこと。
There's no way you and Sarah would get together.
お前が言ったんだろうが。ここに映ってるのがサラの彼氏なんだろ？
I'm not talking about your ugly reflection. Oh my god. I'm talking about the holographic image.
だからホログラム画像なんかここにも浮かび上がってねえっつってんだろうがよバーカ。
Look again.
見てるよ。目金向いて見てるよ。ほらギロギロギロンギロギロン。
I looked over at Takeshi's shoulder and peered into the pendant. Look, it's right there. I pointed at the hologram of the man.
それは俺だろ。
Takeshi hasn't opened his third eye. He wouldn't know. You're behind it. The guy inside the mirror is you. Guy floating in front is who I mean.
浮かんでるやつなんかいねえって。なんか言わせりゃ気が済むんじゃボケ。
Takeshi, there's no saving you. You appeared as we were repeating that sad
何
exchange.
騒いでんの？メンテナンス終わったんかい？
You come talk some sense into this idiot for me.
それはこっちのセリフじゃい。
何があったわけ？
I showed you the hologram pendant, and I used the lighter.
そこに映ってんのが未来のサラの旦那なんだとよ。
Why did he keep saying this? Why did Child think this was like a funny joke? When it's her dad. I didn't say that, you're twisting my words.
翔平！ってことはマヨ、いずれ性転換手術でもするのかおい。
What do you mean?
あるいは私が。いやー、そんな
Stop!
の嫌。
Can't believe this. Huh?
っていうかこれ、ただの鏡じゃん。
I'm sorry, Sarah. Your dreams, they will never come
ホ
true.
ログラムでもなんでもないと思うんだけど。
It's a hologram. There's a guy's face in there. I wondered how many times I would have to shout out the same line. Look, he's right here. Right here. I looked over your shoulder and pointed to the pendant.
大丈夫少年。また例の発作。
I will be if you can both carry on. You really, truly can't see it? Someone should ask what Sora sees. Oh. Yeah, they're like hologram besties.
あ
You can't see the man's face. You and Takeshi looked at each other. They couldn't see it. Neither you nor Takeshi could. I wonder why in the world not. Anyway. Oh, why are we back in here again? Moonlight shone into the sick room. I heard a voice crying somewhere. The muffled voice kept sniveling and sobbing again and again. Who was it? Who are you? I didn't know what I was escaping from.
待ってる。
I can't speak Japanese.
待ってるからね。
I don't know what you're saying. Waiting for what? Was I waiting for me? Where in the world was that? It was... Just then the scene dissolved away.
お前は逃げたんだ。あの子を置いて一人で逃げたんだ。
That voice kept repeating itself in my head. It's the funny face. Wait, tell me. I didn't know what I'd run from or to where. What was I... Gradually, the scenery around me began to change into eerie colours and there was a face. Oh, anyway. I woke up and almost leaped out of the bed. I was in the infirmary. My body was drenched in sweat. Ouch. Sharp pain shot through my right arm. I looked at my right arm and stared, confused at the cast on it. I didn't know why. Then I remembered I'd broken my arm and was resting. Silly me. It was still I was still foggy from the drugs. A string of hazy memories came back to me. I remember this scary dream I had. That was from the fever and the medicine. I'm sure of it. That was why I had such bizarre dreams. I shook my head and tried to get a better grip on my consciousness. I looked at the clock on the wall. It was a little bit past 2 in the morning. Normally it would be the middle of the night, but somehow it didn't feel like that at all. I tried to remember how long we'd been trapped here. An extended stay in there, where the cycles of day and night were meaningless, really played with one sense of time. I sat up, taking care to watch out for my broken arm. Clank. Sarah's pendant was in my left hand. I'm sick of this stupid pendant already. It looked like I'd fallen asleep with it clasped in my hand. I got to turn this. I slipped off the bed. My right arm felt slightly feverish, probably because of the medicine Takeshi had injected. It was probably still working, but because the medicine Takeshi had injected was probably still working, it didn't hurt much. But I was still unable to move it normally. Next to the pillow was a sling for me to hang my arm in. I wonder if Takeshi left it, or maybe you. Either way, I couldn't just let my hurt arm swing back and forth as I walked. I put it on. I thought about where Sarah might be. I figured she might be asleep. I wondered where she always slept. An image of Sarah atop the whale floated into my mind. Bestie, there's so many better places. I decided to try there first. If she wasn't there, I'd try somewhere else. Still a bit groggy, I left the infirmary. Also, isn't it about time for the whale room to flood? I went down the elevator and headed for the blue whale. I heard the sound of splashing. It wasn't from the generator room. It sounded like it came from the pipe room. I wonder what that is. When I entered the room... What? Why? Sarah! The moment I saw what was happening, I jumped into the water. After I jumped, I realized that my arm was broken, but it was too late. Right. This. Oh, let's just get through it. I swam towards Sarah, doing the best I could with my arm. Sarah, grab a hold.
何を少年
Just grab hold of me. I tried to grab Sarah, but she swam away from
ちょっ
me.
とほっといてよ
Oh, wait,
だ
Sarah?
から近づかないでってばスケベ
Pervert? What? I noticed something a little bit strange. If I stretched my legs, I could just touch the floor. Sarah?
何よ
What are you doing?
見ての通りだよ
I don't know what it looks like, that's why I
だ
asked.
から泳ぎの練習
Practicing
そう
swimming.
だから見ての通りだって
As if I would know. Flailing around like that, anyone would think you were drowning. That was the comeback I launched in my mind, but what came out of my mouth was, oh, I see. Well, geez. Only that stupid line.
まあ少年には見られちゃったから言うけど実はさ
I
私
never would have
泳げない
guessed.
んだよね
As she said that, Sarah continued flapping about madly in the water as if she was
ど
sinking.
うせ暇でやることもないし更衣室で水着を見つけたのね
Distracted, I hadn't noticed. But when she told me, I did for the first time. Oh no. Sarah was decked out like a Limu employee in a one-piece swimsuit. I wondered why I hadn't noticed. I blushed with embarrassment. So embarrassing. But still, Watching Sarah's movements, it would have been more of a stretch to imagine her swimming than drowning. Besides, the medicine was still affecting me. I was making up all kinds of excuses. But Sarah didn't notice my confusion and kept at it.
だから今のうちに少しでも練習しとこうと思ったわけ。ここなら水もそんなに冷たくないし。
When she mentioned it, I realized the water was warmer than in the corridors. I imagined the heat from the pipes had
だ
warmed
から
it.
一人で泳ぎの練習してたの。
I thought you were a ninja. A ninja can...
拙者泳ぎだけは苦手でご
No
ざって。
swimming skill in Final Fantasy? I see.
少年殿にだけ告白いたすが、残念ながら泳ぎが苦手なため免許改伝だけは受けられなかったでござるよ。
Is that right? Ah, hee hee. Just shoot Gucci across the water. Exactly. What?
少年殿はあんな冗談を真に受けておられたか。にんにん。
Amazing. Sweet harmless. She's never gonna use. Oh, so that was a joke. Wait, no, she's never gonna use trick attack. So
当たり
true.
前でしょ。何よ忍者って。
But
でも泳げないのは本当だよ。なんかさ、こんな状況で泳げないのって不安で
that's
しょ。
valid.
多分みんなの中で泳げないのって私だけだと思うんだよね。少年も泳げるでしょ。
I don't know. I don't have any memories. I hadn't thought about it, but I thought I'd been swimming alright a minute ago. That meant I could swim. Okay. Yeah, I can
ち
swim.
ょうどいいや。少年、私に教えてくれない？
I suppose. Hey, I suppose. Hey. Well, I'm already soaked to the bone. I might as well teach you a little. Bestie, you got broken arm.
本当？やった！でも、少年、
What do you mean surprisingly?
妙に優しくない？
No, I'm not.
ああ、わかった。
What?
少年、私の水着姿に惚れたな。ダメだよ、そっちゃ。
Yep, that's it. I don't know what you're talking about.
ああ、ムキになるところがますます怪しい。
Stop talking. Fine, I won't teach you anything then.
待って、行かないで。お願い。もうからかったりしないから。
Promise?
絶対。本当だってば。神様、仏様、ついでにご先祖様にも誓って。
Well, alright.
私の気持ち、分かってくれたのね。
Anyway, I should be going.
嘘嘘、冗談だってば。少年、カムバック。
Zara's flapped her arms out, making even more spray. Alright, I'll teach you, okay?
やった。あなたならそう言ってくれると私信じてたわ。
I said stop that. Amazing. Sarah, you've got to relax more. Just be natural. Sarah, I had to restrain my voice to be heard over Sarah's splashing. I'd gotten out of the water. With my right arm in a sling, there are only so many ways to teach swimming. I just watched what she was doing and hollered out advice. But no matter what I said, she still looked clumsy. If you keep that up, you'll never learn how to swim. It's only been like one day. Not even that.
これでも精一杯言われた通り。
Why can't you become a swimming master immediately? I see. You can't swim if you're so tense. You need to be smoother.
こう？
She only whirled the water into a bigger froth with more spray. Whoa, Sarah, slow down. That is not completely me. I know how to swim. It's okay. By the end of this route, she will figure it out. I shouted instructions as I avoided the spray showering down around me. Are you doing that on
そんなわ
purpose?
けなんじゃあどうしろっていうの？
You gotta move more slowly,
柔
gently.
らかくって言われたってどうすればいいのかわかんないんだからしょうがないでしょ。もう少年の教え方が悪いんだよ。
I got broken arm. That ticked me off. Oh, I know.
何よ。
Sarah, you don't need to learn to swim, do
そ
you?
んなわけないでしょ。
Really?
何？
Listen, Sarah, if you really want to learn to swim, you should listen to what I say. If you can't listen to what I say, then I'll be going. Oh, I clicked off the game. Oops. Do you want me to teach you how to swim? So is there anything else you want to say to me? Why is this important? We don't need to have this. Sarah glared at me menacingly. If not, then pretend I was about to leave.
あう。
I don't care about teaching Sarah how to swim. What, did you say
だ
something?
からごめんってば。もう意地悪しないで教
Without
えてよ。
being mean. Yes, I probably played Ever17 in 2015 and not 2017. Can't believe this. You couldn't have waited 2 extra years to play it. So it could be funny. Can't believe this.
おねがい。
Wait, please. Sarah would never say this. Don't talk like a baby.
何よ、ちょっとぐらいいいでしょ。それに私の水着姿、少しは魅力的だと思うんだけどな。こんな水着姿の美少女と一緒にいられるんだよ。幸せでしょ。
Not even a little. Truthfully, Sarah was something in a swimsuit. I couldn't tell her that. I didn't want her to get full of herself. Now, why would I be so happy about seeing you in a
あー
swimsuit?
ムカつく。
Sarah started kicking and shouting me with water. Kid. Oh, stop that right
ほら
now.
正直に言え。本当はドキドキしちゃってるんでしょ。
Why would I? You in a swimsuit? I was blushing, completely giving away my feelings.
あ、ほら、
Wow.
赤くなってる。
This is so romantic.
本当は嬉しいんでしょう。
You're not listening to
い
me.
やー、男の子だね。
What's that supposed to mean?
こんな水着姿の美少女と一緒にいられたら健康な男の子なの
Ah,
誰だって嬉し
yes,
いもん
that's
ね。
true. I love being with beautiful girl in a bathing suit. It's not like
ま
that.
たまた、本当はもっとよく見たいくせに。
I said I don't. I've had enough. I'm leaving. Anyone in his right mind. That's true, I am insane. I was embarrassed because she'd see through me. I really meant to leave the room. I heard Sarah scream behind me. Sarah? Tried looking behind me. Sarah? Sarah? What's the matter? I wonder if her leg had cramped. Sprinted to the water's edge and then... Splash. Water suddenly sprayed in my eyes, blinding me. Next thing I knew, I had slipped and was spinning in the air. Crash splash. The following instant, I was in the water. Ag. It all happened so quickly, I swallowed a ton of water and some went up my nose. My nose stung. I desperately fought to get to the surface. Wow. Sarah!
何少年。
I got a broken arm. What's wrong with you? I pretended that nothing had happened and resumed a swim practice. Can't spot her. Sarah, you're mean. Why would you try and kill us? Sarah. It's hilarious. Oh, you just injure someone with a broken arm. What?
だって
It was funny.
あんなにやったら引っかかるんだもん。
Sarah!
用が足らんでござるな、少年殿。
Hilarious. Seeing Sarah laughing with such enthusiasm, I realized that getting any angrier was pointless. Actually, for some reason, I started to laugh. He, yeah, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Sarah and I laughed for a while. Anyway, once my fit of laughter was done, I got out of the water.
少年。
Sarah called out to me shyly. So should we start?
うん。では、よろしくお願いするでござるよ、師匠。
We started like 3 times. You know I'm pretty strict. Do you think you can handle it? Laughing routine
はいでご
2.
ざる、師匠。
Okay, then let's get started. Listen, I think with you, Sarah, your body gets tight because you think you can't swim. So you have to relax more.
言われた通りにやろうとしてるんだけど。
Yeah, but you're so stiff like a scarecrow or you're made out of wood or something. You need to let your legs flow freely like a fish.
そこのよし、お魚になった私。
Okay, Sarah, you need to get pumped.
だってイメージがつかめないよ。
Well, if you can't imagine a fish, then how about a dolphin? Oh no! We're talking about this in VLR. I can't imagine anything. She's a fish now. She's a kid now. So true. Love Splatoon. Anyway, you have to be more relaxed and move freely. No, you're too stiff. Relax more. Let your feet go. Somehow teaching her to swim has become fun. You're having fun? Just saying the same thing over and over again? I'm having a great time also. I mean, is what I meant to say. It was fun to see Sarah, who was always in control of things, in the opposite position. Sarah! Amazing. I would wait. Me trying to teach the robots extreme to everyone else? I can't believe this. He hates me. I waited for Sarah to emerge from the changing room. I played with a pendant. Looking at it without the flame or the light, it was just a mirror. Run my finger around the edge of the pendant. I thought about what Sarah said in the compression chamber.
私、両親がいないの。
None of these people know that both of my parents are gone. Sarah had looked so sad as she said it.
お待たせ。どうしたの？暗い顔して。
Oh, it's nothing. Well, I brought this.
それ持ってきてくれたんだ。なのにごめんね。最後まで付き合わせちゃって。
You're the one that made me stay. I mumbled that.
なんか言った？少年。
Oh, nothing.
でも本当にありがとう。最後まで付き合ってくれて。
No problem. What? I was taken aback. I was waiting for some witty comeback. Sarah was sincerely saying thanks. Wow, you're being surprisingly nice to me.
本当に感謝してるもん。だってさ、最後にはなんとか自力で泳げるようになったでしょ。そりゃまだちょびっとだけど。
I think it's very funny how you always say, "Shut up! Stop being mean to me." I'm trying to stay hydrated.
でもなんだか嬉しかったよ。
These people
あ
make
んな
me
に
talk
真剣
too
になっ
much.
てくれて。
Sarah, I got a little bit embarrassed. Somehow watching Sarah struggle with something when she used to always having a way was kind of fun. Never drinking again. I had taught her how to swim correctly, but I did have an urge to be a bit of a bully about it. Still, I never thought that she'd come out and say
本
thanks.
当にありがとね、少年。
No problem. Yeah, but don't let it get to your head, because you really can't call what you were doing swimming. When other people are talking. Child's monologues too much. I was embarrassed and reflexively went into mean mode.
分かってるよ。機会があったらまた教えてね、少年。
Sure.
今度こそちゃんと泳げるようになるんだから。
Yeah, you just need a little bit more practice.
よろしくお願いするでご
I
ざる
don't
よ。
want to teach you again. Can like some bad things happen before the next opportunity? Hahaha, sure.
なんだか疲れちゃったね。
As she spoke, Sarah took the pendant and put it on. And she took it in her hand and stared at
きっ
it.
とお兄ちゃんがいたらこんな風だったんだろうな。
Sarah mumbled it, looking lonely. You're Oni-chan.
私ね、お兄ちゃんがいたんだ。すごくかっこよくて、強くて、大好きだった。すごく小さい頃に離れ離れになっちゃったけど。
Oh, it's me. No, wait. No, it's not me. It's probably someone. I see.
でも約束したんだ。
Promised you?
約
I
束。
hope they aren't siblings. Oni-chan means brother.
必ず迎えに来るって。
I don't know, it's looking more likely the person that was like, you abandoned in our nightmare dreams. Surely they won't be siblings. Or surely if they are siblings, they'll stop with the romance and will not be dating anymore. Is that right?
だから待ってるの。待ってるんだ。助けに来てくれるの。
Sarah's words brought back a vision I had seen.
約束だよ。迎えに来るまで。いい子にして待ってるから。いい子にして待ってるから。ずっと待ってるから。
I desperately tried to shake off the vision. Me too. Me too, child. The next morning I overslept. I thought I might be in trouble with everyone. It seemed like I wasn't the only one. Late start pushed our breakfast time back later than usual. I wanted to change of pace to do something fun, so we spread out a blanket in the packed rest area. The blanket was from a shop that stocked them on the same floor, so it had Limu's Mew Mew label printed on it. Ah, yes. I did not forget. Time passed. Oh, was that when... Yeah, it was when we saw Coco? And no one said anything. Time passed, we all split up and roamed around freely doing what we wanted to. Some wandered the complex, some tried to open up communications with outside, some tried to think of ways to escape. IRL timeline, I was born as a single child. None of these people knew that I was a single child. But no one gave up, and everyone was working on ways to get us out of our difficult situation. But it was all in vain. We made no breakthroughs. The evening of the 5th rolled around. I wandered aimlessly around Limu by myself. Honestly, I hadn't been able to forget what Sarah had said to me the day before, or more accurately that morning. Couldn't seem to clear my mind. At breakfast, Sarah was the same old self. I thought that little walk might make for a change of mood. Next thing that I knew, I was headed for the cosmic whale. I got into eye. Was it not flooded yet? I rode down to the 3rd floor that was flooded with water. There's no guarantee that Sarah would be there. I looked around thinking. It was then that it happened. I saw her again. Hey! I saw a small figure cutting across the corridor. I was sure of it. It was that girl. Did we do this already? Yes, but also no. I didn't see her anywhere. Instead, I saw Sarah sitting in the same place as we had sat earlier on the whale. Sarah was singing softly. Don't do it. Oh. I don't know why this happens. I can't skip it. Ever17 is just too intensive for my computer. Really likes this song. Get used to this. Amazing. Do we want to listen to it again? Annie. No, it's okay. Her voice echoed quietly as if it was seeping into the night sky. Somehow it sounded faintly sad and lonely, and it kept cutting itself off. I couldn't make myself call out to Sarah. My eyes opened to the jarring sound of metal screaming under strain. I didn't know if it was because of my broken arm or the swimming with Sarah. They should have made Kagome unskippable too. But I felt sluggish and feverish, so I took some medicine and went to bed. Vibrations shook through Limu. I wonder if something happened. By the time I got out of the infirmary, the shaking had stopped. I thought that if I went up to the security office, I might learn what happened. Sugumi, what happened? Sugumi said it coolly. I feel like the first time she sang the song, it wasn't weird. Unless it was, and I forgot. Then Sarah appeared in the room.
小町さん、少年さん、ここでしたか。
Itsu de. Komachi sounds so true. Sarah, did something happen?
コスミシアバルで浸水がありました。
Oh.
浸水？はい。あの部屋の隔壁が水圧で破れ
Rest
て
in
水
peace,
が
Sarah.
入ってきてしまったの
Drowned
で
in
す。
whale room. Are we
コ
alright?
スミシアバルに通じる扉を閉じましたので、他の部屋への影響はありません。
What about everyone else?
田中さんと倉成さんは
What kind of thought process goes into making the whale room? Like, what else could we put in? What if, hear me out, what if we just put a giant whale in the room? Amazing. You and Takeshi, what about Sarah?
松永さんは最後に確認されたのはコス
Oh,
ミシアバル近くの通路です。
Gordo!
実はあの部屋のセンサーには不具合があって確認が取れていないんです。今では完全に接触は断たれています。
Thank you, Sarah, for talking. Where is
今
Sarah?
のところレミューのその他の区画では確認されていません。
She's in Brazil. No way. Then she was in that room. I couldn't stand staying in that room, so I ran outside. Sugumi followed on my heels. Sugumi and I went down the area housing the cosmic whale room. Sorry, can you open the doors to the room?
それは無理です。
But
申し訳ありません。今扉を開けたらこの区画は完全に浸水
it's
してし
okay,
まいます。
the whale blocked
発
the
電
door.
室が浸水したら電力が完全にダウンしてしまいます。それはできません。
What about Sarah? Sarah!
落ち着いて。
Sugumi.
空、この辺りの避難通路はまだ生きてるんでしょ？そこから
調べてみます。はい、コスミシアバルのすぐ上の通路はまだ生きています。ですが、そこからコスミシアバルまで行くことはできません。完全に水没しています。
潜っていけばいけないことはないでしょ？
ですが、
I'll go. We've got to save
そ
Sarah.
の腕でどうしようっていうの？
But
あなたも溺れて助けに行かなきゃならなくなるのがオチよ。私が行くわ。
Sugumi.
怪我人は黙って引っ込んでて。空、そこに行くのに一番近い通路の入り口は？
ここを出て右に行った先の接続部に階段があります。
Sugumi started running before Sarah was done speaking. You know what? Let me save and then close the game and then reopen it and maybe it will fix the problem. I'm not convinced, but you never know. You sure you want to quit? Absolutely. CPU level, high level. Okay. Trying scientific. Shut up. My disc 4 hater will not be inserting disc 4. I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but it only takes 2 seconds, so might as well. Sugumi started running before Zoro was done speaking. I chased after Sugumi. Sugumi,
仕
why?
方ないでしょ。仲間なんだから。
Sugumi. Sugumi sprayed to the emergency doors and climbed to the emergency corridor. I followed right behind her. When I got to the corridor, Sugumi was running for the cosmic whale room. I hurriedly ran after it. Sugumi had turned the corner, already opening the hatch to the room and was peering in. Sugumi, wait! Sugumi glanced at
こ
me.
こで待っていて。
Saying that, Sugumi leaped through the hatch. Sugumi! Sorry, Sugumi, it's been like 1
わかり
second.
ません。今は小町さんを信じて待つしかありません。
Only Sarah's voice echoed around me. She was speaking through a different set of emergency speakers, and her voice crackled and mixed with
田
sound.
中さんと倉成さんは救護室で待機すると言っています。
Okay. I looked into the emergency hatch again. Inside, the water was brimming with cold. Oh, the hatch was brimming with cold water. Yeah, the water was brimming with cold water. Frustrated and feeling powerless because I could only wait, I tried to be patient. Sugumi, please find Sarah. Sarah. Time passed. Might not have really been that long, but at the time, it felt like an eternity to me. Oh, so true. We found her. Sugumi came bursting out of the water. She was carrying Sarah on her back. I guess the swimming practice was a waste of time. Sarah!
とにかく水からあげましょう。
Okay. I forgot the pain in my arm and yanked Sarah up. Sarah is ice. Like ice, cold and hard. In her firmly clenched fist was the pendant. Sugumi put her hand on the back of her neck.
脈が
Oh.
ないわ。
Well, no, Sarah. It can't be. Sarah, wake up. Sarah. So I shook Sarah's cold body. Sugumi tried to calm me down and spoke.
救護室へ運びま
Guess
しょう。
she's dead. Yeah, she died. I guess we won't. Actually, this route doesn't love that song that keeps breaking my game. I restarted my game for no reason. Oh, she's not looking great. We carried her to the infirmary and laid her on the examination table. Sugumi immediately started giving her a heart massage. A what? Is that what they call it? Takeshi and you were fiddling with machines around the examination table, trying to learn more about Sarah's status. A heart massage. So true. That was definitely a translation that they did. Takeshi got out the defibrillator. A beep signaled that it was charged, and Takeshi placed 2 pads on Sarah's chest. I'm glad Takeshi knows how to use a defibrillator. Whap. Sarah's body jumped. Sugumi put her hand on Sarah's neck and shook her head. She went right back to massaging her heart. Just relax.
もう一度だ。
The beep echoed again, then the electric pulse again. Sarah's face was drained of color and her lips were blue. Don't look very blue to me. Her body was stiff and unresponsive. All I could do was watch the 3 of them busily work to save her. There's nothing in the drawers of memory accessible to me that told me how to act in that situation. Quick! Hand me the defibrillator. Having the usual time I had spent with Sarah up until then flashed through my mind, and the voices in the room barely reached me. Finally, Sugumi relaxed her hands. With a look of grief, she moved away from Sarah. She's dead! Because you put the defibrillator back on the table.
くそ。なんてことだ。
What happened? Hey, why are you all stopping? Why do you all have those looks on your faces? It can't be! Sarah, wake up! Sarah! Is this a CPR moment? I mean, no, it's a heart massage. Yes, see, look, we're copying Sugumi's heart massage. The 3 of them watched with sad looks on their faces. Why do I want to give up? Sarah's gonna die. She can't die here. Continued to pump her chest frantically. Oh, Sarah, open your eyes. Why did we remember this? Open your eyes and this. You put a hand on my shoulder, but I shook her hand off and continued pushing on Sarah's chest. Don't die. Open your eyes. Sarah.
なぜ今さら気にする。お前は一人で逃げたじゃないか。
I heard a voice. No, I didn't run away. I went to help you. I put more power into the hand I was using to push on her chest. Her ribs bent under the strain. Still, I kept bumping. I told you, Sarah. I told you I would come to help you. I told you I'd come to help you, didn't I? I prayed for Sarah's heart to stop beating. Sarah, you said you wait like a good girl. Don't say that. You said you wait, didn't you? I pushed a little harder. Cough. A little water came out of Sarah's mouth. Amazing. We're so good at resuscitating people. She started breathing faintly and more water came out of her mouth. We're so good at heart massages. Sarah! I shook Sarah desperately. Sarah's eyes opened slightly. Oh, Sarah! That instant, the tension in the atmosphere of the infirmary eased.
私
Oh, thank goodness. Sarah. I heard a song coming from somewhere. Oh no. It was a soft, but somehow lovely voice singing. Please.
長湯店を石梅の
It don't work.
中より
Matt.
今宵柳
Is it?
やく今夏と
Matt.
眠りたも
Me.
眠りたも
Ha.
ま
Oh no, there's more.
いかかけしみ
Me.
梅の中より
Matt.
今宵鳥船渦
Matt.
早く今夏と
Matt. We've got a lot of Maz in a row.
眠りたもゆるゆ
You. I think this is a good time
眠
to drink.
りたも
Surely this is actually part of the game, and everyone's just been gaslighting me. I awoke with a nostalgic feeling. No? Part of the gaslighting. I found myself on a narrow bed in the infirmary. Looking up at the white ceiling, I gently nodded off. I don't know why this happens, but it's so true. My memory slowly came back to me. Hey gang, how's this 40-hour descent into madness going? Oh, you missed the best part. Last time we dated a hologram robot girl wife, and then we all died. Also, some other things happened in that route, but you don't have to worry about that. What? Yeah, and now we're dating some girl that died, but we gave her a heart massage and she came back to life. Please tell me you have all the VODs. I do! Well, some of them are uploaded and some of them I haven't uploaded yet. Heart massage, yeah. A heart massage. We're talking about what happened in Quali? No! We didn't cheat on her! Floating at the cosmic whale and saving Sarah. Sarah coming back to life. My fever worsening and then me collapsing. I looked over at the bed next to mine. Sarah was asleep on the bed next to me. Also, we're dating Sarah right now, so... Her breathing was regular and her cheeks flushed a healthy pink. Feeling a bit relieved. I like myself half dozed. How is Baldur's Gate anyway? Oomph. From far away, I could hear faint voices. They all seemed to come from an incredible distance, and were all jumbled together, but they sounded like Sugumi and Takeshi, who may or may not be our sister. Yeah, I mean, the evidence is starting to stack up that it's our sister. Huh? Don't worry about it. The voices echoed slightly. The words were too faint for me to make out what they were saying. They were talking about Hamel or Hamel something. Words that I thought I'd heard before, but the sounds quickly became meaninglessly garbled in my mind. After a while, the voices stopped. Out of habit, I touched my pinky to the thumb of my left hand. What? Oh, because of his weird cut. I felt a bit strange. I lifted my left hand and stared at the thumb. Something was strange, out of place. The blurriness of my vision suddenly came into focus. The scar was gone! Oh, that's so crazy! Why? How could it be gone? I hurriedly sat up. I stared at my left hand again. I'll play Baldur's Gate 3. Oh yeah! I forgot some random person gifted it to you, right? So true. Get your vampire, man. The scar was nowhere to be found. I'm sure there had been a scar there. I remember noticing it when I had opened the elevator to rescue Sarah. Had it just been a figment of my imagination? No? Imagine people gifting games to you? I know, that would be crazy. Anyone want to gift me? It's not even on Steam. No, I was sure it hadn't been. I was positive there had been a scar. But why had the scar suddenly vanished? A sense of loss flooded through me, making me feel like I had a gaping hole in my heart. A sense that I had lost something critically important, but I was unsure of what. That was how I felt. We've got Kyori! Sora! Sora! Forgetting that Sora was sleeping, I shouted out for Sora.
少年さん、何か？
Sora's voice answered me. Sora, did you do something to
何
me?
かとは。
Don't pretend you don't know. There was a scar on my left hand, but it's gone now.
ああ、そのことですか。
Sora appeared in the entrance to the room. What are you talking
眠
about?
っている間に摘出しておきました。
You mean you extracted it? Extracted
こちら
what?
にいらしてください。
That's not how that works. I approached the examination table as Sora
これ
suggested.
です。
Sora pointed to a small shard suspended by a manipulator arm above the examination table. What are you talking
これが埋ま
about?
っていたので摘出させていただきました。
Oh. What gave you the right to do that? It could have been a clue leading to my past. I let loose on Sora without thinking. Back when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, my TL was filled with fan cams. Mine too!
はい。ご指摘の点はごもっともです。しかし、体の中に異物を入れておいても何も良いことはありませんよ。それより少年さん、このかけらに見覚えはありません
Oh,
か？
it's from the stupid pendant, isn't it? Because we're brother and sister. No! How could I? It didn't make sense to me why Sora would ask such a
この
thing.
かけらにはある画像が記録されていました。
Oh, see, Sora can see it. Sora continued speaking calmly. An image.
ご覧になりますか？
I pinched the shard that had been buried in my thumb between my fingers. This? Oh, it had the same holographic image as in Sarah's pendant. Michael, check this out. Oh no, what is it? £1,400. I'm not buying that. Let's go. The same holographic image as in Sarah's pendant. It's so cheap. There was an image of a man floating in there. Do I get to see the hologram man? Is that included?
見えるのですか？
Yeah, I can see
実
it.
はこのホログラム、ある特定の波長の光線を照射しなければ見えない仕組みになっているのです。今はレミのシステムを使ってそのかけらに光線を当てています。このホログラム、製造年代は特定できませんでしたが、とても古いバージョンのものであることは確かです。今、レミューの売店で売っているような商品とは基本的に原理が異なります。かつてのホログラムは物体光と参照光、この2つの光によってできた
What?
干渉島を記録したものでした。
I love
簡
object
単に言う
beam.
と、物体光は被写体に反射した光のこと。
I'm only like 15. Why are you explaining this to me? I don't need to
参照
know.
光は物体光を干渉させる光のことです。よろしいですか？
No! Sora continued on without giving me time
そ
to
して
think.
ここからが大事なところなのですが、こうしてできたホログラムを再生するには記録した時の参照光と同じ波長の光をホログラムに当てなければならないのです。つまりまとめるとこういうことになります。このホログラムのかけらの画像はある特定の波長の光を使って撮影されたものであり、この画像を見るためにはそれと同じ波長の光を当てなければならないという蛍光灯の光では見えません。
Yeah, I knew that.
例えば日光やあるいはライターの炎のように高温で発熱する光源が必要なのです。
Okay.
そして
Sora continued her explanation. She said the special wavelength of light was infrared and about 850 nanometers. And the ordinary people couldn't even see infrared light. She went on to say that if a person was able to see infrared, they would even be able to see in the dark. Oh, is that so? But then they could only see objects that emit heat. Of course, nanometers, yeah. Put another way, objects that give off heat also emit infrared rays. So we're like the third eye is just that we can see infrared. Or if you could see infrared rays, then you could tell the temperature of something without having to touch it. That's crazy.
この映像はその赤外線を見ることができなければ見えません。この映像が見えるということは、少年さんは赤外線が見えるということです。
Okay. But what about Sarah? Does that mean she can see it too? Flashbacks.
お二人は赤外線が見える特殊な視力の持ち主ということになります。
What does that mean? What's the implication, Sora? Thinking back on it, that probably explained why Takeshi and you couldn't see the image of the pendant, idiots. But why was this hologram in my finger? I trembled as I said that. It's the same image as in Sarah's pendant. You're a robot? Did you just call her Sora? Yeah, that's her name. You're saying the missing piece of the pendant has been in my thumb?
それ以外に考えられません。
For us non-Kingdom Heart-pilled people, it's very normal. That's the only conceivable explanation.
鏡面の断面と
Don't confuse it with Sarah. I know, it's very confusing. I'm sure that was the issue. Stroke. The surface and shape of the fragment match the pendant perfectly. But why?
それは少年さん。
What a coincidence that the piece was with us. Yeah.
あなたと松永さんが兄弟だからです。
What? That's crazy. What? That can't be.
二人が赤外線視力を持っているのも
No way.
おそらく遺伝によって受け継がれたもの
Got
な
the
のでしょ
same genes. No.
少年さん、どうしてお喜びにならないのですか？あなたの肉親が見つかったのです
You
よ。
have found a blood relative.
記憶を取り戻すためのこれ以上の手がかりがあるで
She
しょう
says she
か？
doesn't know anything about us. No. I held my head and crouched
い
down.
ずれにせよ、これは事実です。受け入れてください。お二人が寝ている間に DNA 鑑定をさせてい
Oh,
ただきま
you
した。
can do that.
データはディスプレイに表示してあります。
Also, how did Sora extract the thing? She's just a hologram? Like, good data, there's no age gap.
お
Terrible.
二人が兄弟である確率はほぼ
This
100%。
is nearly 100%. There's still a chance. No. We got a normal. Listen, the other option this child had was dating like a 19-year-old girl. There's no winning. We did that route already. Suddenly the wall to my memory that I had tried so hard to destroy, but I'd been unable to breach, crumbled. Like a dam that was holding back the overflow of my memory, it burst, unleashing a torrent of images that flooded into my mind. Small shard, suspended by a manipulator arm. Maybe. I'll let her off. If you paid attention, shut up! And look, you can't make a pretty precise operation to get it out. I guess the manipulator arm could have done it, but I'm looking questioningly. How did they manage to make a dating sim where dating the girls is weird? Uchikoshi. It burst, unleashing a torrent of images that flooded my mind. Memories of my life, in no apparent order, flashed across my mind like random slides appearing on the screen. From one to the next, they floated up and vanished. My mind couldn't handle the flood of memories. And then came the darkness. I heard a lullaby. Oh no! Well, I hope you're ready for this.
ま赤いかかげし水のせい
Yes!
夢
It's just when the text comes up, it breaks.
より
Amazing.
待ち降りぬ今宵鳥船渦巻きように早くこんかと待ち降りぬ眠りたも
How long
ゆ
did
る
you
ゆ
go on for? Usually
る
kids get
ゆ
cut off.
られ眠りたも海に抱かれて
Did we get the second verse? Oh no, not quite. I groggily opened my eyes. I was lying on a hard bed. I heard a voice crying from outside. This doesn't seem like winning. What do you mean? What's the problem? Also, hello. There was a girl surrounded by a group of bullies in an open space. It was Sarah. The kids were being cruel, jeering at her and making fun of her in the only way that kids could. We were missing our sister. I ran up to Sarah. The bullies scattered like baby spiders in the wind. What? So true. Sarah said that her precious pendant had been broken. Sarah clutched the pendant firmly in her hand. I bent over to pick up the fragments from it. Felt a sudden shock from behind. I was plunged forward. With sharp pain, the shard was buried in my thumb. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. The kids that always bullied Sarah had encircled us. Baby spiders in the wind. Yes, this child is very poetic. The laughter and howls of our tormentors echoed around us. Divorce. Yeah, we're gonna have to get divorced because we found out that we were siblings. You bullies? How could you do this to Sarah? Forgetting myself, I lunged at the mob of kids. They beat me mercilessly, and as I lay on the ground in that open space, I faced skyward. Satisfied with what they had done to me, the bullies had left. Sarah came and held her hands out to
お
me.
兄ちゃん強いね
You died. No, it's fine. She smiled as she said it. Even though I lost. Blood continued to drip from my finger. Not wanting to worry Sarah, I pretended that everything was fine and dismissed it as nothing. I didn't say anything to our teacher. I didn't go to the doctor, I just silently endured the pain. Okay. It seemed to me that to tell someone of it would mean that I had lost. In time, the wound closed up. One day, a nice lady in a suit came. She told us there was a place we could go where things would be better. Saying that, the lady held out her hand. We could see things that other people couldn't. Going to... What is it? I don't know. I was gonna make it X-Men, but I haven't seen a single X-Men film. But at first, I thought our abilities were normal, but everyone had shunned us. I clicked off the game again. The lady said she wanted to study us. It's okay, I wouldn't get the reference. I feel a bit better. I decided to go along with the idea. Our caretakers at the orphanage we lived in were happy to see us leave because they thought we were troublemakers. Oh, that's nice. We fell right into their trap. They locked us in a small hospital room. Day in and day out, we were marched from that room in the research institute. At night, moonlight would stream in from the lone window. The only things I remembered were the bleak logos on the doors we passed every day, and the white frocks of the research employees. Were they studying the field? No. Maybe. I mean, maybe they just call it different things. They do that sometimes. They was probably studying the third eye. A The White Fox and the research employees. And every night, the voice of Sarah crying in the room next to me. One day, there was something in the air that was different from the other days. We were taken from our rooms and led to a research office in a different area. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure in the Sugumi bad end we got, she said there were 2 people with her, 2 kids, when she was in the institute, whatever. Did I make that up? I don't think I made it up. We were taken from our dorms rooms and led to a research office in a different area. People who I'd never seen before took me away. Sarah alone was left there. I could hear Sarah's screams. I shook off the adult hands and ran to where Sarah was. The researchers tried to block my path. Sarah! Sarah, wait for me! I'll come back for you, I promise. I will come find you. Be a good girl and wait for me.
いい子にして待ってるから必ず来てね
Yeah.
ずっと待ってるから
I promised. That was how things were. Back then, I promised. I promised to go get her, but I hadn't gone. I couldn't go. Why did I go so fast? I was moved to another facility and taken to a new home after a while. My foster parents were good people. They were good to me if I didn't get out of line. But they had sold their souls to and were controlled by Liebling. I passed my time under their forgiving but ever-present eyes, unable to search for Sarah. Don't worry about it. But still, there were times where I did my best to find leads to it. Is that a company or a demon? I mean, it's supposed to be a company. A pharmaceutical company. Ring any bells? But I didn't know where the research facility was. And something would always get in my way, and after a while I couldn't search anymore. I just hadn't been able to help Sarah with my limited powers. The same thing. But no matter what excuses I came up with, the result was the same. It's the same company that Satoru and the motor worked for, it's true. I'd abandoned Sarah in the isolated clinic room into which the cold moonlight shined. I couldn't keep my promise. Even then, Sarah was on the other side of the door. I knew that she was still waiting for me in that miserable little room, still believing in me, just as I promised. A sense of guilt I felt overpowered me. It left me with an agonizing sense of hopelessness and utter despair. Despair! There was nothing I could do. I didn't have any other choice. What else could I have done? When I opened my eyes, I was lying on a bed in the infirmary. I didn't know if someone had brought me there or if I dragged myself unconsciously. I looked at my watch without thinking, why is this music playing? Not much time had elapsed since I passed out. Lying on the bed, I looked up at the ceiling and thought about events leading up to that point. Because it's scary. What scary things are happening? The reason I had known that it was too hot inside the generator room was my infrared vision. And the moonlight coming from the inverter unit had just been the same thing. In the darkness, I'd mistaken the heat from the inverter as moonlight. And the shock that I felt when I met Sarah made sense too. We're siblings after all. Probably known it in the back of my mind without even without my memory. This game is very scary. It's not scary. That was why the first time I'd seen Sarah, the treatment pod is right there. Bestie, you have seen nothing. Just wait. Well, you probably won't see the treatment pods. There are treatment pods. The treatment pods are real. It's just not here. That was why the first time I'd seen Sarah. And why she grasped my thumb in the darkness. Why had she sung that lullaby that time?
本当に知らないそっかそうだよね
It seemed to me that Sarah had probably noticed. Oh, she probably got weird when we looked at the stupid pendant. Because she was like, no one should be able to see this pendant except my brother who is missing. Oh, so true. Oh god. I need to stop. Like, scratching my scalp with pens that have thingies that can clip into my hair. This one with a disease? Yeah, they got a disease and then they crushed the hamster to show us that they had the disease and then the hamster came back to life. Anyway, it seemed to be that Sarah had probably noticed that we were brother and sister, so I raised myself up. Sarah was still asleep in the bed next to me. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the scene where we looked at the pendant with Sarah and she was like, oh, she would have realized that we were siblings, came before the one where she was like, don't I look so great in a swimsuit? Any man, healthy man would want to be near a beautiful girl in a swimsuit. Don't worry about it. Oh, Sarah's still asleep in the bed next to me. I stood next to Sarah's pillow and stared down at her face. My memory was still a little jumbled, but there was no mistaking that face. It was Sarah. Little Sarah had grown to be 16. Michael? What? Little Sarah had grown to be 16. You sound like... It had to be her. Don't worry about it. I was sure it was Sarah. The sister that I made the promise to find, but then broken it. I felt so guilty and ashamed. I couldn't look at Sarah's face. It was hard just being there. So true. I didn't know what to say to Sarah. What excuses could I make to her? No matter what I said to her, it would all ring hollow. Tears in my eyes. Maybe you need a break? Absolutely not. I need to get the ending. I wanted to get out of there before Sarah woke up. I walked towards the door. Nothing will be worse than that lady being like, hey, I got a little hamster. And then I looked up the hamster. I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then she crushed it with her bare hands. Nothing can top the pain and suffering that caused me. I walked towards the door. Oh. I mean, the routes are usually 7 days long, and we're on the 6th day now, so it shouldn't be too far away. I don't know if we'll actually get the ending today, though, but we'll get close. With their voice, my legs stopped. I didn't have the courage to turn around. Sarah continued talking. Each of her words were like a stab in the heart. No! I spat out the words without thinking. You're wrong about me. No! I sensed that Sarah was about to get up from the bed, so I tried to leave. Her voice sounded just like when she cried out to me when she was a child, and I froze, unable to move. Oh, oops. It's okay. It still went on because Kid doesn't speak. Sarah grabbed my shoulders. Sarah circled around in front of me, all the time holding my shoulders. Did you play bad games? What's wrong with it? Nothing's even happened. We're talking to our dearly beloved sister. But I couldn't bear to look Sarah in the face and turned away. You don't really have a choice, you're in the middle of the screen. No, no, no! I took off Shara's hands. Shara? Yep. Sarah! Sarah threw her arms around me, hugging me tightly. Sarah's eyes stared directly at me. No, no, I'm... Stop saying Oni-chan. Sarah fell to the ground and I said nothing to her. I just ran out of the room. That was right. I ran away. I ran away from Sarah and from my past. Amazing. I squatted in the small room in the back of the warehouse. All I could do was just keep running away from Sarah and my past. Such a coward. Overcome by the memories that come rushing back to me, I'd run away from my sister. I couldn't even accept my own weakness. It's so funny. It's true. I'm kind of... it's like a... addiction. I have to play more of them just to see what they're gonna come up with. I couldn't even accept my own weakness. I denied myself. It was less scary than acknowledging what I'd done. I was such a coward. Had I known that would happen, I would never have wanted my memory back. Things were better when I didn't remember anything. It would be pretty good if only we didn't have the swimsuit scene. Yeah. We got like 2 after this, right? The spin-off and then the reboot? What? There's like 6 games in the series, but I don't think we'll play all of them. There's the ones that I have plans to play in the near future. It's like Sekibeya, which was made by the people who wrote the blog for Remember 11. And then Root Double, which was made by one of the people that co-wrote Remember 11 with Uchikoshi, if I'm remembering correctly. And then there's probably more that will come up. But those are the ones that I have like immediate plans to play. Code 12, yeah, there's Ever17, and then there's 3 more. There's like another trilogy, I think, after this one. But I've not heard a single thing about any of those. I think someone mentioned the reboot. It was probably you. But I also don't know anything about that. I think the name of these games, Lamau. So true. Great thought. Things were better when I didn't remember anything. Crouched there in the corner, I was paralyzed. I couldn't face Sarah, my own sister. All I could do was let the time pass by. I forgot to write the word hate. It's okay. My brain kind of filled it in already, and I had to take a double take. It was like, there's no words in this sentence. My memory had completely restored apart from recent events. I knew my age, address, and phone number. I don't even know my phone number sometimes. I also remembered my foster mother and father. Still, there was just one crucial thing that I couldn't remember. That was my name. What was my name? What was I called? I didn't know. Why was it the only thing that I couldn't remember? As long as I couldn't remember that, I felt incomplete. As if the essence of my existence were concentrated into my name. As long as I couldn't remember my name, I couldn't feel whole. That was how I felt. No matter how much else I remembered, that one point escaped me. Then I thought back about what it was that had made me lose my memory. The massive guilt I felt towards Sarah. I wondered if that was why I'd repressed my memory. There was too much about that theory that didn't make sense. I lost my memory before meeting Sarah, before that accident at Limu. So I'm interested in playing is I.O. I feel like I've heard the name before. We probably talked about it at some point. I couldn't remember what I was doing just before then or why I'd come to Limu. It might have been that I'd seen Sarah at Limu and then it had happened. But something didn't seem right about that either. I couldn't imagine why only my name and recent events wouldn't come back to me. I'd already remembered Sarah. It would make sense for me to remember everything. I wondered what kind of amnesia it might have been. I was thinking, I was like, is it just Remember 11 again? Where he only remembers stuff that we know. But we didn't know a lot of the things that he remembered, like about his foster parents. So who knows? Code 18 is totally different. Oh, the warning alarm started shrieking. Woo! All around me, the squeal of straining metal echoed from the structure. I always when Nakazawa overexerted himself and ruined his knees. He's never been able to play the sport he loves at the same level again. What does that mean? Time travel and houses exploding. Shaking continued on and off. What? I ran out of the room. What? I noticed something strange as I emerged in the corridor. Water was flowing in. Couldn't believe that water could have reached there. You, what is this? Did something happen? What? Oh, that's convenient. Where? We never found it in any other one. With those words of encouragement, you started running. She turned the corner, heading for the stairs leading to the emergency corridor. What about everyone else? We dashed towards the stairs to the emergency corridor and climbed up to it. Takeshi... Oh, it's almost in sync. Takeshi, Sugumi, and Sarah are already gathered there. The quote by the Remember 11 blog guy. Amazing. What happened? Saying that, he started running out ahead of everyone else. Sugumi followed suit. Already starting to collapse? It's only day 6. You pushed on my back. I started running. Oh no, maybe this was on day 6. It's okay, we just need to use our little bucket theory. You explained the situation from behind me. I followed Takeshi and Sugumi as we sprinted the distance of the emergency stairs. I soon reached the stairs. Takeshi and Sugumi were already climbing. Takeshi's voice rang down from above. I ran, following the sound of the footsteps. As we were trying to escape, Limu began to shake and screech as metal clashed with metal. We love metal clash with metal. As we kept climbing, moving towards the top, only the sound of everyone's laboured breathing and running footsteps echoed throughout the emergency stairs. Takeshi shouted up ahead. Takeshi's voice was full of hope. It was then that we realised it. Mayo! No! You shouted that. Huh? I stopped and looked back. Takeshi was supposed to get Mayo. As you stood on the stairs, stunned and looking downwards. Takeshi and the others came down the stairs. Mayo is here. She turned into Coco. No, Mayo. The stairs shook violently and there was a large sound. At the same time, the lights that dimly lit the stairs went out. Well, don't worry, because we can see in the dark. Mayo. I'll go. I'll go back. Everyone keep going. Without waiting for a reply, I started rushing down the stairs I just climbed. The voices rang out behind me. Swim! No problem! I can see. It's just like the hologram girl ending. Don't remind me of the hologram girl ending. I could actually see I could actually see the different parts of the stairs by their different temperatures. It was the first time I had ever been thankful for my unusual vision. I went down the stairs and came out as Mighty Stock's emergency elevator. What is Mayo again? Is it just when they said Mayo? Oh, there we go. So true. Oh no, it's Sarah. Sarah, so why Mayo? Take it anymore. God, the Infinity series does to you what 999 does to me. Yeah, but it's like I'm in pain, but feel joy at the same time. Take from that what you will. It looked like the emergency power had already died. I wondered where Sarah might be. I thought frantically. If she had turned back part way, then she probably wouldn't have made it to Dritterstock, but I couldn't be sure. If she'd gone all the way down to Dritterstock, then I would never make it in time if I looked around Zweiterstock first. I didn't know what to do. I had decided whether I should start looking at Dritterstock or from Zweiterstock. Oh. I think I should make a save. I think she's gone back to the whale room. So I should start with Dritterstock. I decided to start searching from Dritterstock. I figured the water pressure would be higher there and the flooding more serious. If she was in Dritterstock, then I'd have to start there to have any hope of finding her. Headed down the stairs to Dritterstock. Reaching the emergency corridor, I arrived at Dritterstock. Oh, she could be at the Himmel door. Don't know where that is, but she could be. If Sarah was there, where would she be? Conference room or the control room? Or could she have been at one of the attractions? Didn't have much time. Peering down through the emergency hatch, I realized that the flooding had already progressed a lot. It seemed best to check each room from the emergency corridor rather than going all the way down. I wonder if Sarah really was on that floor. Having come so far, I knew there was no going back. I ran through the emergency corridor. I exited the emergency corridor furthest outside. Opening the emergency hatch to each room, I peeked inside. If Sarah was there, I'd be able to see her body heat. I looked in the conference room and the control room, but there was no sign of her there. The water only continued to rise. Uchikoshi iceberg. The doors beyond the elevator hall didn't open. I frantically ran down the emergency corridor, moving from one attraction to the next. Checked the rest area and then looked down into the Lemurian ruins, but Sarah wasn't there. What are you streaming, Pepsi Man? It's not happening. Maybe she wasn't on that floor? The sound of the water and the shaking of the structure both continued to intensify. If I didn't hurry, I wouldn't make it back to Zweiterstock. I knew I had to hurry to the emergency stairs. Oh well. Oops. I sprinted to the stairs and up to Zweiterstock. I lost a lot of time. I had to hurry. Finally, I arrived back at Zweiterstock. Limu was shaking terribly and the area below the emergency hatch had already filled with water. Looked as though the water was about to flood into the corridor. I plunged into the water. Swimming desperately to the security office, I forgot the pain in my arm and looked inside. Sarah wasn't there. I was able to steal her breath using the air at the top of the room. Where could Sarah be? I dove into the water again and swam for things. Sarah, where are you? The infirmary door was open. I looked inside. Oh, we found you. Never mind. You don't have to answer. Sarah! Sarah's body stood out white in the dark water. The room also had a pocket of air near the ceiling. Sarah was just barely floating there. What stock is Brazil on? I floated to the surface. Hey, bestie. Sarah! I swam up next to Sarah.
Ni-chan?
You okay, Sarah?
大丈夫だよ。
She smiled weakly. We're gonna die! She was spent and unsteady on her feet. She's just floating there like, alright, this is how I die. Yeah, she's fine with it. Which is valid, I guess.
お兄ちゃん、なんで
We came back for you, bestie.
戻ってきたの？
Came back to get you, of
迎
course.
えに？
Sure, I promised, didn't I?
そっか。やっと迎えに来てくれたんだね。
Yeah, why are you here? Oh, I'm so sorry, Sarah. I know I made you wait such a long time. Don't laugh, it's so emotional and slay. I laugh at everything in this
う
game.
ん。いいんだよ、もう。
Takeshi and Sora are having like a romantic moment and laughing the whole time. I don't care. I don't care about their romance.
こうして来てくれたんだもん。
Bessie, why are you here? We're gonna drown. Were you laughing at Quali? No, that was not funny. There was no romance in Quali. should have clipped the glass scene with Sora. It's very good. Why did you come back?
これを取りに
Saying that, Sarah took out the fragment that had been embedded in my finger. Are you kidding me?
こ
That's...
れを忘れてたから
You came back for
だ
that?
ってこれはお兄ちゃんが私を守ってくれた。これがなくなってしまったらお兄ちゃんとの絆までなくしてしまいそうな気がしたから
Okay, Sarah.
ごめんね。お
What
兄
about-
ちゃんまで巻き込んじゃって
Us like being alive and living the rest of our lives. Is that not enough of a connection for you? Sarah, it's okay.
ごめんなさい
It's alright. I only came to keep my
お
promise.
兄ちゃんありがとう
I desperately tried to prop up Sarah to keep her from sinking.
ごめんねもうダ
Sarah,
メ
hold on. Oh,
いられないや
can you talk faster? Sarah, hold on.
ごめんねごめんねお兄ちゃん
Come in. Sarah, hold on. Fight, Sarah.
ぼーっとしてきちゃった
She's got the murder disease. Sarah! I remember that the air pressure there was compressed to 4.5 atmosphere because of the water pressure. How did you know that? Sarah had probably gotten oxygen poisoning from breathing the oxygen heavy air. That's awfully random. I'm used to it. That compounded with the fatigue from treading in the cold seawater. The combination had probably rapidly robbed Sarah of her strength. Sarah, hang in there! You talk about the air pressure a lot.
頑張るねでももう体が
She's not even gonna put her swimming into practice that we taught her. I didn't know what to do. And I finally found Sarah. Anyway, let's head for the emergency corridor. When I was there, the water hadn't flooded into the emergency corridor. We could just get there. Listen, Sarah. I grabbed the weakest Sarah, tried to dive underwater. Then it happened! Screech? A metallic scream echoed throughout Limu as a shock racked the structure. At the same time, the flow of water increased dramatically. The shock shook Sarah loose from my grasp. I frantically struggled to lift her up. It looked like she'd swallowed some water. Her breathing was labored. What should I do? What could I do? With a dull groan, Limu tilted, causing the water to ripple. Hang on, Sarah, just hang on! I called to Sarah as I desperately floated in the waves on the surface.
ごめんねごめんねもう体が動かないよ
No, Sarah, hang on! We finally found each other! Sarah, open your eyes, Sarah!
お兄ちゃん
Oh, it's the title screen music. Is she dying? Maybe?
来てくれて
I think I got the bad ending because I didn't search this floor first. Sarah's body went limp. Oh, she died. That was quick. I swore inside my mind. Why did you choose Dritterstock? She was always at the whale! Why would she be here? Picking up a stupid little fragment of the bed. Why? It's the title screen music and other phrases said before gaming disasters. Don't worry about it. You left it in the infirmary? Takeshi was supposed to get her! I wondered if it was really no way that I could save her. I took a big breath and dove underwater holding Sarah. I meant to get us out of Limu. If we stayed there, we would have been crushed. The irregular shocks continued and the sounds of metal on metal I love metal on metal echoed harshly. Limu was already mostly filled with water. I ducked into a crack running down the wall that was just big enough and slipped outside. The sprawling darkness of the ocean surrounded me. My only hope was the light piercing through the water from above. Clutching Sarah, I swam towards it. Also known as MLM in certain circles, so true! I also love multi-level marketing schemes, but swimming with my injured arm, holding a limp Sarah was nearly impossible. The water pressure constricted my chest, forcing out my air, but I kept swimming. My body was screaming for air. Lest we forget, Sarah has explained to us in great detail that it would not be possible. We would die. My eyes clouded, flashes of white light darted across my vision. It was no good, I couldn't see. I wasn't sure if we were heading upward or maybe downward. Sarah's right arm felt cold, nearly frozen. Gulp! I couldn't take any more. I swallowed water. Gulp cough. My consciousness was slipping. My body had no power. Sarah. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I just couldn't seem to save it. Sarah. I can't believe I'm going to go much. The daggers are on Celia. Where my consciousness? If you're in an underwater place that is collapsing from the water pressure, wouldn't you die the second water started coming in from the pressure change? That's what just happened, isn't it? Mayo died because of the pressure change. Because only you are in the infinity loop, so true. Okay, let's do it right this time. How have you managed to set up your lighting to look like the middle of the day at 10 o'clock? It's because, well, I've got a lamp over here, which is like giving sun vibes. And then these lights are awful. I never turn them on unless I'm streaming because I hate this so bright. It feels like I'm in a cold storage warehouse all the time. I don't know why. When I have the lights on, I just feel cold. It's like living in the fridge. After they broke, I put like LEDs in instead, and they're like supposed to be better for the dolphins or whatever. But I hate them a little bit. Anyway, oh, hold on, we got a new clear list. Oh, it's all the way down here. Sarah, Ruban, and R.I.P. Anyway, continue. I don't know how much longer this is gonna be, but we have to Bosja, so I can't go over it. I decided whether or not I would start with Vitastock. No, I thought Sarah was somewhere in Vitastock. I didn't know why, but I was sure of it. She was probably somewhere in Vitastock. I knew it might be a meaningless hunch, but maybe our sibling bond. It was our sibling bond talking to me. Talking about Bosja. I've been doing a lot of Bosjaing recently. Not out of joy or happiness, out of desperation. We were quite sad though. Sarah and I had the same blood in our veins. That was my thinking. Probably my imagination, but it was all I had to bet on. I opened the emergency hatch and saw that the water had already covered 3/4 of the corridor. Without hesitating, I threw myself in. Water flowed unpredictably, with whirlpools forming in various places. I endured the pain in my right arm and swam desperately. First, I looked in the security office. There was no source of heat that looked like Sarah. From there, I made for the warehouse, but Sarah wasn't there. I took the merry-go-round, but she wasn't there either. In front ahead was the elevator hall. No Sarah. I gotta renew my sub. I bet you're so glad that you have to pay so you can go to Bosja. I swam back up the corridor. Water completely covered the entrance to the infirmary. I took a breath and dove underwater. Put my hand on the door and peered inside. And there was Sarah! Sarah's body heat made her stand out brightly against the cool surrounding darkness. I went to the infirmary and floated to the surface. Sarah looked surprised when I broke through to the surface. Sarah, you're alright. I promised, didn't I? I told you that I'd come find you, didn't I? Oh. So true, 7th day. Finally, the roaring sound stopped and the flow of water slowed. The squeaking and screeching of metal on metal also died down. It seemed like the flooding had stopped. Oh, hello again. There was still a little air left in the ceiling of the infirmary. Mom. It's kind of like a cup flipped upside down and mostly filled with water. Sarah and I were floating there. Looks like things have quieted down a bit. I looked at Sarah. In the darkness, the only thing giving off a gentle aura of light was Sarah. You okay, Sarah?
大丈夫。ちょっと寒いかな。
Sarah forced a smile for me. Sarah, why did you come back? All you had to do was go a little farther and you would have been safe.
あのね、お兄ちゃん、怒らない？
No, I can't promise this. Mad? Why would I get
だ
mad?
って
Just tell me. I felt something was strange. From the beginning, Sarah had always seemed like she had the upper hand in our relationship. But once we knew that we were brother and sister, it felt like things had been reversed. Sarah was relying on me like when we were kids.
あのね、お兄ちゃん、これ。
Sarah lifted her right hand. Pinched between her fingers was the shard of the mirror from my finger. Hey, it's a piece of that mirror.
途中でこれを置きっぱなしだったのに気がついたの。
Oh, I clicked off the game again by accident. I keep doing this. So you came back for something like this?
こんなものじゃないよ。お兄ちゃんが必死で守ってくれた。大事なものだよ。
I don't think that's how that went. We just got pushed into it by bullies. Sarah! Isn't it something worth risking your life to come back for? You had the pendant anyway.
ごめんね。
At least you're not right-clicking the entire time. I am. I do it a lot. You just can't tell. Because nothing shows up on the screen.
お兄ちゃんが巻き添えにしちゃって。
It shows up on my part of the screen. There's like a big menu. But I don't think you can see it. I chose to turn back. You can't blame yourself for that.
ごめん。
After that, Sarah didn't speak for a while. Sarah?
本当はそれだ
Oh,
けじゃない
okay, it
の。
wasn't just that. What was the other bit? Huh?
外に出るのが怖かったの。
Scared? Of what?
外に出たらまた元のような日々が戻ってくるんだって思ったらそれ以上足が動かなくなったの。
Like it was? What are you talking about?
またライプリヒに監視されて自由も何もない世界に戻るのかと思ったら
Hmm.
もう二度とこんな自由を味わえないのかと思ったら動けなかった。
Paralyzed.
レミューに閉じ込められてからみんなは何とか脱出しようとしてたみたいだけど私は嬉しかった。どこにも監視する人もいない。私が私の意思で何でも決めていいんだって。
So, I guess what she's implying is that... Well, no, it was the same for us, right? They said, like, even our foster parents were spying on us or whatever. But she's still being surveilled. Like, as a teenager.
そう思ったらすごく嬉しかった。ライプリヒの研究所に入ってからこんな
Also,
自由を感じ
bestie!
たことは
Who's gonna
一度
tell
も
her?
なかったから。
I've got some bad news for you. Sarah's words left me stunned. I wonder why I never thought of things that way before. Leiblich had written me off early on. I figured that it was probably because the only special power I had was seeing infrared light. Sarah was probably different. The way she'd been able to use computers, you would call her a first-rate hacker. It was probably only the beginning. After I'd left the institute, Sarah must have lived under constant observation and undergone experiments. Thinking about it then amazed me.
最初は この事故も
Naturally.
私の能力を試すための実験か何かかと思ったの。空が RSD だって分かった後は私の監視役なんじゃないかって疑ったりもしたんだ。でもナッキュ先輩もいたし、どうもそうではなくて本当の事故なんだって分かった後は嬉しかった。今までずっとどこにいても誰かが私のことを監視してた。高校の中でも街に出てもずっと逃げ出そうとしても無駄だった。私は研究所に帰るしかなかった。
I don't think it was an accident, Queen. No! Surely it was just an accident. The first glimpses of the plot I'm getting, like Sora being RSD generated, fills me with both curiosity and fear. I would be overjoyed to explain it to you, because they spent so long trying to explain to me how Sora could exist. It was exhausting. So, apparently, Sora's like a hologram lady. She exists by shooting lasers from the ceiling into your retinas. And we all have like these earpieces in, and then for about 15 minutes they explained what is basically like you can tell where her voice is coming from because the sound is manipulated in the earpiece. That's about it. Also, she said if everyone closes their eyes and no one can see her, she just stops existing, which I thought was really funny. But I don't think it's actually come up yet.
研究所に帰ればまた実験や検査の繰り返し。
So much worse? What's wrong with it? You don't like the laser retinas?
私には自由なんかどこにもなかった。だからね、私にはあの事故が嬉しかったの。そんなこと言ったらいけないのかもしれないね。みんなは必死だったんだし。でも私には今ま
Luckily
で
for you, Sarah is not a
こん
hologram
な自
lady
由はなかったから。
made out of lasers. Probably. Sarah. That was all I could say. Sarah's each and every word made my heart ache. I knew that wasn't Sarah's intention. It felt like every word of hers was a confession to me. Of course, I'd been under surveillance as well, but it had been nowhere near as strict. As long as I didn't do anything out of the ordinary, it was like there was no one there. I'd been living carefree the entire time. But Sarah had been under Lieblig's careful watch the whole time. She was their guinea pig. Why hadn't I gone to help Sarah earlier? I promised that I would, but I hadn't. Of course, I'd tried. But everything I did was blocked by Lieblig's far-reaching influence. Still, I knew there could be no excuses. Why hadn't I tried harder?
お
Why?
兄ちゃん、
Sarah was calling to me. Can we all agree to forget the swimsuit scene so I can say I like Sarah as a character? Yeah, I think out of the routes that we've done, this one has been the best one so far. Which isn't saying much, to be fair, but I also like Sarah. And we'll agree to forget the swimsuit scene. I've been daydreaming in my own world.
お兄ちゃん、ありがとう。
For what?
来てくれたから。
No, I left you there by yourself. I didn't come for you.
来てくれたよ。ありがとう。来てくれて。
I think it's like a bit of a shame that she lost like her upbeat personality once she figured out that we were her brother. But other than that, Sarah said that and smiled. The smile also seemed tinged with resignation.
もういいんだ。私はここで死んでもいい。
Sarah, what are you
だっ
saying?
て最後に自由を味わえたし、お兄ちゃんにもこうして会えたんだもん。
I guess there's not really much to be upbeat about going on right now. So maybe that's fair,
あんな
actually.
生活に戻るくらいなら、いっそこのままここで死んでしまった方がいいよ。
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
私には今まで 死ぬ自由もなかったから。
You can do this, and then you go do Sora's route where nothing happens. And she's just like, I love him. And that's it. That's the route. And then we copy her into a disc for no reason. And then die. I had no idea that Sarah's life up until then had been so hard. But, no, Sarah.
お兄ちゃん
Don't talk like that. We're going to live, no matter what. I'm not about to let Sarah die there. Bad holograms go into the shame disc. There's definitely, absolutely no way that I would let Sarah die. If you die here, then it means you've lost to them. You're going to live, survive, no matter what. It's my responsibility to help Sarah live. Sarah, let's go, I said.
どこに
To the ocean surface.
どうやって
We'll swim.
無理だよ、気圧が。
That's true. Well, from what I gather, it's not the guy that translated the game. It's the guy that made the patch, right? And it made like some changes to the translation, but they didn't do a full retranslation because that would be insane. Dude. Maybe that's why it still says heart massages. We'll be okay. The air pressure here has been compressed by the water pressure. We're about 4.5 atmospheres here. Even if we go into the ocean from here, our lungs will be okay.
でも
We don't know that help will come for us. And even if it does, it might be too late. Besides, it's too dangerous for us to stay here. Listen, Sarah, we're breathing at 4.5 atmospheres. I also ran into them watching Sound and Rumble 11 streams. Yeah, it said first time chatter, but I could have sworn I'd seen the name before. Maybe that was where... If we stay here, we're in danger of oxygen poisoning or nitrogen narcosis. And we have no idea how long Limu will hold. If Limu collapses, we'll get dragged down with it. It's too dangerous to stay here.
ね
What?
え、私が泳げないの知ってるでしょ。
No, we were supposed to forget about the swimsuit scene. You'll be okay. You're kind of swimming right now, aren't you? You just have to remember the lessons I gave you.
でも違うよ。今は浮かんでるだけだもん。外に出て泳ぐのとは違うよ。
Sarah, you'll be okay. Don't worry. I'll lead you. I'll pull you all the way.
そんなの無理だよ。
We can do it. I'm not gonna ask what the difference is between last time and this time, where we died in that time and we're not gonna die this time. We're just gonna accept it. We're gonna keep going. Not ask any questions. Believe in your brother. I came here. I came to help you, Sarah. You're stronger, clearly. I mean, I guess she's not unconscious, so maybe she can propel us to safety. Fueled by family.
お兄ち
Sarah, believe in me. Sarah clasped the pendant she was wearing around her neck. Let's go, Sarah.
ゃん、お兄ちゃん。
I pulled Sarah along with me and we left the infirmary. We moved from air pocket to air pocket, looking desperately for a place where the wall had collapsed in. When we finally found a tear big enough for us to squeeze through, we doubled back to the nearest air pocket. Took a number of short breaths to boost the oxygen level in our blood. Finally, taking a big breath, I grabbed onto Sarah's hand and led her through the hole into the ocean. Oh. With the walls and floor gone, I lost sense of which way was up and which way was down. But soon I saw a faint light in the water above. I held Sarah under my arm and headed for that light. I desperately thrashed my legs and swam with my broken arm. The water pressure was slowly pushing the air from my lungs. Sarah's face was twisted in pain. I was in agony. Still, I swam, struggling to pull Sarah toward the light. I kept kicking, believing that everything would be okay if I could just make it to the source of the light. Even if all of the oxygen was squeezed out of my lungs, I was not about to let Sarah die there. That thought kept me moving. Oh, slowly, gradually, the light was getting bigger. Sarah's arms squeezed me in desperation. Hoping to give Sarah courage, I gripped her tighter with my left arm. As if in response, Sarah gave me a smile and started to swim upward. I matched her movements, swimming desperately. Come, Sarah, let's go towards the light. I was never gonna let Sarah go again. I was never going to leave my precious sister behind. Never again. Sarah. Was that the ending? Oh. Wow. Congrats, thank you. Oh. Ah. I right clicked. I heard a low mechanical sound. Is this the epilogue? Did we actually get it normally? That's crazy. We didn't have to redo the ending. Yes, I'm so good at the game. The breeze passed through the tree's leaves, making them rustle. Same wind gently caressed my cheeks. Wind? Rustling leaves? I opened my eyes slowly. I didn't know where I was for a moment. Had there been such a place in Limu? I looked up. There was no ceiling. Just a sprawling, starry sky. It's not like a fake sky like in the Cosmic Whale Room, but a sky that felt broad and infinite. You made a whole 3 correct choices? I'm so good. I was on the ground. More precisely, I was on the floating island in Null. Yes, we had swum to it. The nearly 34 meters from Zweiterstock to the surface. It's supposed to the 10 you needed for Yu's epilogue? What a nightmare. Somehow I climbed into the emergency entrance of Incel, holding the unconscious Sarah in my arms. I remembered checking to see if Sarah was alright. After that, I probably fainted from fatigue and a lack of oxygen. I woke with a start, looked down, and was relieved to see Sarah lying down next to me. Her chest rose and fell faintly. I could hear the regular sound of her breathing. I looked around again. I checked around the edge of Incel Null, which was a lush park. I could see the administration center, hotel, and a tower of light behind the trees. It was still dark, so it didn't seem like I'd been unconscious for very long. Maybe about an hour or so. I was impressed that we'd been able to swim all the way to the surface. I went over it again in my head. Suddenly a conversation in the control room with Sora came to mind.
15階建てのビルを想像してみてください。
Yeah, I remember this!
あるいは3階建ての校舎を5個積み重ねたものでも良いかもしれません。
5 schools stacked? No way, I couldn't swim that.
では10階建てのビルではどうですか？水深34メートル。ツバイトシュトックがこの位置にあります。
34 meters. How had I responded to Sora? I remembered I said it was impossible. I did! Because it was the different option. And last time I said it and she just like ranted to me about how it was impossible actually. Sora said I was being rational, but even Sora could be wrong. We were able to swim it, Sora. That reminded me, I wondered what had happened to Sora. She suffered the equivalent of a death from blackout. No, Sora was RSD generated. She wasn't human. She couldn't die. I knew that, but I'd been with her for such a long time. And Sora was... how could I describe it? She was so... human. I felt a blunt sense of sadness, as if I'd lost a close friend. Can you make more normal noises? Sarah's voice pulled me back to reality. It was not the time to be thinking about such things. Sarah? Sarah? I shook Sarah's shoulder gently. Stop saying shook Sarah's shoulder. Sarah opened her eyes slightly. Hey bestie. Her eyes soon grew wide. Sarah hurriedly sat up. Sarah didn't seem to understand the situation. Sarah, this is Incel. We're safe now, we made it. Over 34 meters from Zweiterstock. Yes, we're both still alive. Yeah, Sarah, we did it. We survived. I told you to trust me. Sarah smiled. She suddenly put a hand on her chest. She was probably touching the pendant under her shirt, checking to make sure it was still there. Looking relieved, she pulled the pendant out and grasped it in her
あ
hand.
りがとう。
Sarah whispered softly. I knew that the pendant was an irreplaceable lucky charm for Sarah. Her face suddenly clouded over as she spoke. Yeah, I would not want to replace it if it cost £1,400.
そうだ。お兄ちゃん。ナッキ先輩やたけしたちは
Oh, they all died. Don't worry about them. I think they're alright. By the time I turned back, they'd already climbed fairly high. If they kept going, they should have reached the surface.
そう。よかった。
Sarah looked relieved.
私たちもいつまでもここにいるわけにはいかないね。
We made it to the surface safely, but Sarah didn't look very well. Was she worried about being taken back to Lieblich after all? Hey, Sarah,
何？
let's just keep running. Let's run away.
逃げる？
Yes, from them, I mean, from Lieblich.
そんな無理だよ。
It is possible.
どうしてそんなこと言い切れるの？あいつらのことお兄ちゃんだって知ってるでしょ？
Think about it, Sarah. This island has to be in utter chaos, right? Limu was flooded and the whole complex is totally destroyed. Since you and the others got out, this place should be in major confusion, right?
うん、そうだね。
Be telling everyone how we were left behind in Limu. And for you and the others, it's the truth. If Lieblich gives their doubts and tries to look into them, that's as far as they can investigate. It's pretty funny that Takeshi died in the Sora ending because he wasn't smart as strong as the teenage boy. No, we couldn't leave behind our hologram wife. Also, hello.
そっか。
That would have been terrible. So right now, everyone, including Lieblich's people, will be turning their attention to Limu and looking under the ocean. They might actually think that we're already dead.
そうか。そうだよね。
Kid could have saved her for real. So now is...
チャンスなんだね。
Yeah, right now is the chance we've been waiting for.
チャンスすごい。すごい。
We're already here, so it's impossible for them to find us in Limu. And if they don't find us in Limu, they'll expand their search for us to the sea around this area. Further proof that Kid is simply the better protagonist. I mean, so far, not incorrect. Even though half of Kid's route was dating an adult as a child, but just don't remember that bit. They might suspect that we died and the current carried us off
そ
somewhere.
の間に私たちが身を隠しちゃえば追ってくることなんかできないはず
Do
だ
you
よ
not
ね。
have like cameras? Isn't there a theme park? Well, I'm not sure if we can pull it all off that easily. But we'll still need a big head start before they figure out the truth.
そっか。うん。あ、でも、
Suddenly, Sarah looked
で
down.
も、この島からどうやって逃げるの？
Swim! What?
だって、ここから出る方法がなきゃ逃げようがないでしょ。
Just live on incel forever. Yeah, that's...
それは
Sarah looked at me as if she was full of confidence in me. Well, she had me. I hadn't thought about that. I thought it would be alright if we could just make it back to the surface. I desperately tried to think of something. I know, I've got it. There'll be all kinds of people around right now that aren't normally here, like construction workers and technical staff. So ships and helicopters should come and go frequently. First of all, we find some clothes and change, especially a uniform. It really stands out.
そうだね。
That hard to be better than Takeshi. Takeshi's good in his scenes with Sugumi, but the Sora route? That's the only one I've seen. Sarah looked herself over again. If we can't get aboard a helicopter, then we can sneak onto some ship and get to a port. And after that, we're gonna be alright. And I'm not like a massive Sugumi lover at the moment,
考えてたんだ。
so we'll have to see. Yeah, I really thought it through. Oh, thanks. Got the Sugumi bad end. Yep. Sarah smiled innocently. I wanted to protect that smile forever. I thought once more that it would be my mission. Let's go, Sarah. I held out my left hand to Sarah. Clothes don't look very wet anymore. Sarah reached out to me hesitantly. I held her hand and squeezed it tight. The warmth of her soft hand spread to mine, or her hair, either. For an instant, the memory of Sarah holding my thumb flashed across my mind. Can't believe her crushing a hamster. Did it make you her biggest fan? No, did not. That fragment in my hand, that shard, had helped me retrieve my memory and rediscover the bond between Sarah and me. Let's go, Sarah.
お兄ちゃん
I'm going to be
自
free.
由に
Yes, free. We'll never leave Sarah again. Protect Sarah no matter what. We started running toward freedom. The story's not over yet because only you are in the infinity loop. I don't know what that menu that comes up is and just immediately disappears. Well, let us survey. So, probably saving the game. Oh yeah, probably. It looks like there's like an option. I don't know. He might just do it for us in the patch. So we've got... I honestly don't understand. 11 is probably like... I've been burned before by Remember 11. But 11, I assume... Well, if it's not the true ending, it's the you, Sarah, bad end. But there is no you, Sarah, bad end because there's a Sarah bad end. So there must just be a you bad end. And then 11 is a different ending. One of them has got to be the Sugumi good end. Then what's the I assume like maybe 1 or 3 is the Sugumi good end. What's the other one? They're not connected, so it's not an epilogue. There was no Sora epilogue we tried. Unless Sora has like a specific other bad end. It's a bunch of question marks. Can't believe this. Oh yeah, so true. Takeshi ignores Sora. Yeah, we might not be far off finishing this. Maybe like 2 or 3 more streams. Which is kind of crazy. Because it felt like things only just started happening. Any fun scene titles? Oh, there's a lot. Kid Sarah merging. Satoru gets teleported to Limu Bad End A. Saw Noah's Ark. Oh yeah, so true. Kid you Noah's Ark. Third Eye. Pandora's Box. Nakyu and Mayo. 119 hours. The Young Girl. Himmel. Sora's Colors. The Archimedes Principle. That's a good one. Takeshi Spiel. Yeah, that's everything that he says. Did I miss any funny ones? Why are Kid U ones all just like biblical references? I don't remember much biblical things happening. Kid U multiverse. Amazing. Well. I guess we'll call it that for now. Oh. I guess next time we have to do the Sugumi route. Save the best till last, surely. It's gonna be amazing. At least, I feel like she'll give us the most plot revelations, maybe. Because I'm conscious that we really still really don't know what's going on. You'll love it, I think. I'm not gonna love it then. Unironically, my favorite route? Oh well, we'll see. The Sarah route was pretty good. I liked it. Thoru, not good. Yuru was fine. It's the one I remember the most. She does smash a hamster. I assume she's still gonna do it in the good end because she's weird. She's gonna turn into what's her face? Mayo for a bit? Because that's been happening, I think. Maybe. Or it was just like a funny little thing they put in the game. Because Mayo wasn't there, so they had to have someone say the Mayo lines. But we'll see anyway. It's Friday. And we finished VLR. So, you know what that means. I can be streaming this on Sunday. And we'll get... It's Saturday, actually. No askers. But I can stream this on Sunday. Michael finally gets his Sundays back, it's true. I go from one Uchikoshi visual novel to the other for now. That's ominous. If it's for Zero Time Dilemma, I'll give up any day, every day of the week. Consecutively. But yeah. Sunday, same time. As well, not same time as I would normally stream on Sunday, because our recent normal was 2 PM. But same time as I would normally stream on any other day. I think it's on my schedule that has been very accurate. It said I've been streaming every Sunday, which is true, but not on my channel. But yeah. Thanks for coming, Ooms. I'm watching this amazing ending. We've learned so much about the lore. Actually, though, for real this time. I'll go eat something before we do boss jitting. But yeah, I'll see you when I see you, Oomps. Have a lovely one day before I stream again. Goodbye.